What is this foolishness?
How many dreams can you shape in a minute, an hour?
The kind of clean you like best.
Lost 3 of my teeth, too. All right, so you lost. Next time you'll win.
Steamy, hot, hearty, delicious, invigorating.
I saw the 10. I thought we were going to go through the countdown again.
Oh, come on.
Folks at home, how you doing tonight? I hope you're having a wonderful Friday. I know we are. We got a full house for you tonight and a great show. Let me just tell you, I'm going to start the show with announcing 2 guests we're going to have on. I can't wait. So excited. Bobby Lane and Justin Lucas, double, join us tonight on the show. All right, let me intro the room. We got a full house. Sitting to my right, the one and only Miss Rebecca. Beck, how you doing? I know you got to get your daughter here in a second, but I'm glad you sat in for the beginning of the show. How you doing tonight?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, who are you wearing tonight?
Comfortable clothing.
Comfortable
clothing. I was unprepared for the show.
Unprepared. Okay, well, I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
Glad you're hanging out with us. Sitting to my left, next to me on the couch, the one and only Vegas the Hammer. Vegas, how you doing tonight?
Let's
go.
Yes.
Let's go. Dude, it's good to have you back on the show. It's been probably, what would we call it? How you
It's
call
been
it?
a couple of years.
Been a couple years since
yeah.
you've been on the podcast. So you're going to be sitting in with us on the first segment. I'm glad you're here. We're going to be talking to you a little bit about stuff. I see a little trophy here. We'll be talking about that. So glad you're here, man.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And then sitting next to Vegas, back, Dave. It's been a few shows, but I'm glad to have you back, Dave Bronson.
Thank you. I get to
AK
follow up
Fatty,
Vegas.
AK
I
Story.
mean.
I know.
Just say, let's go.
Yeah.
But here's what you have that Vegas doesn't have. That Vegas doesn't have right now.
Problems?
That jean jacket.
Responsibilities.
That jean jacket. And I do want to put you on the spot just a little bit. And I swear, it's one of the first things I said to you. I said, man, I miss you, and gave you a hug. But then I said, that jacket is amazing. Beck walked in and said the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that jacket.
The wife got it for me.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
great.
yeah.
It actually brings me back a little bit.
come on,
you know?
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were a lot of jean jacket
Acid
things.
wash.
Acid washed? Oh, yeah. It's great.
IOU.
Oh, yeah. Old school. Behind the booth tonight, we've got 2 amazing characters
Fantastic.
helping to make this show happen. Doing some IMs, doing some giveaways, doing some answering questions and making the show lively. We've got the one and only Jake Haas with us tonight.
Let's
Jake.
go.
Powerbait Jake.
Let's
yes,
go.
Powerbait Jake. Yes.
Chalk Demon.
Yeah, truck demon. And then producing the show tonight, we've got a injured yet productive Brian the Carpenter.
Thank
Brian,
you.
how you doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm able to clap.
Yeah. All right. But I know this is a little out of order, but I want to get right to it. Brian, you had a surgery last week. You got an injury fix that you probably should have got fixed 15, 20 years ago. Talk about it. What happened to you?
I had a beat shoulder that I'd limping along with for far too long. And
Yeah.
finally had to. Dude, I couldn't even pitch anymore. You
Oh,
know,
yeah,
it's
it was
like
getting bad.
stretch the arm out.
Yeah.
And, you
Yeah.
know, so.
All right. Well, give us the update. How's the
Well,
recovery?
So repaired the bicep tendon or reattached it, cut it off, and glued it in somewhere else or
Yeah.
nailed it in.
Yeah.
And fixed my labrum, torn labrum.
Labia?
Yeah. Little carpal tunnel while we're at it.
Okay.
Scraped off some bone growth.
Yeah.
You know,
Heck yeah.
all kind of stuff.
Now, do
That's
you?
what.
yeah.
That's what causes the corporal tunnel. Is the,
Nah,
the
they're
bones?
completely separate.
Oh, okay.
But he's like, yeah, you know what? While we're there, and this thing's gonna be like that. All right.
Yeah, might as well
Yeah.
do a little extra.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what do you blame that shoulder injury on? I'm going to give you 3 things. You tell me.
Yes.
Fights with Dave Brodzik early on. I'm talking about 5th, 6th grade.
No, I only needed one of them, and I knew.
Okay.
I learned my lesson then.
Street hockey, Belmar Runnymede and Tansboro.
Right.
And or the last choice could be me throwing you out of the truck when we were trout fishing in Kenlock Gorge. Then I think I might have did that to you, or it was a combination of all three.
Oh man.
Pretty sure it was bad genetics.
Bad genetics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he asked me, he's like, when did you dislocate your shoulder? I said, I never have. And he asked me like 3 times. He's like, all right, well, you don't get like you are without an
Right.
injury, dislocation,
Right.
or it's genetic.
Maybe your
Genetic.
profession, Brian.
Well, yeah, but still. And then Uncle Matt's shoulders are trash, so it's genetic.
Yeah.
Genetic
Gotcha.
bullshit.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
glad.
Crap.
I'm glad you're doing good. I'm glad you got it fixed.
Yeah.
Glad you're doing good. We got a great show for you tonight. Justin Lucas, Bobby Lane. We got a mystery guest joining us. We've got Vegas the Hammer. We're going to be doing MTB unboxing. We got Powerbait Paul, who Brian gave me a new acronym for Powerbait Paul, which is
PBP?
PBP,
Oh, yeah.
which I like a lot. I almost like that better than Powerbait Paul.
Yeah, you know.
We'll have to call him.
Is that the on the water correspondent?
That's our
guy?
correspondent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's
All right.
great. We love Paul. This show is brought to you by some amazing sponsors. Want to give them to you real quick? Vegas the Hammer, Mystery Tackle Box. In fact, you just did an unboxing the other day.
2, I think.
You did 2 unboxings. It's really cool, Dave. Did you guys have the where your kids go to work with your parent day?
I've never had a job where I could bring my kid to work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we
Never.
had that the other day on
Nice.
Friday, and Vegas and Stella got to help here with the Ike Foundation,
Okay.
and with a little bit of Bash University, a little bit of content, and Vegas got to do some unboxing with his sister, with Estella, which was
Well,
really
as the
cool.
future dean.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, come on,
Well,
I
dude.
know.
What were we trying to do? We're trying to raise more money than you?
You're trying to raise that. One of the things you were doing was trying to
Yeah.
raise more money. You had some dollars come in. I saw that, and the thing's not over, so you guys could beat me.
Some dollars?
Did you beat me?
Yeah.
What did you have? A couple $500-600 come in? What
I
you have?
don't know. Wait, does anyone?
We'll ask Mom when she comes
Well,
back.
how would
We'll
that
ask
even work? Because you got Jake Glusek.
her. Right.
I mean, you're going to have to get your rock, paper, scissors game
I
up
know.
or something, or arm wrestling.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah. Well, somebody's got to want that shitty job. That's the first thing. Like, who actually
Yeah.
wants? Sorry, somebody wants that crappy job.
Lonely at the top.
Yeah. Who actually wants to be the dean? That's a hard job. That's a hard role to fill.
Very
I don't know
tough
if I'd
role.
want to be the dean. Also brought to you by Founders Beer, and you notice here, Vegas, you can't drink yet because you're too young, but you notice everybody in the room tonight enjoying some great Founders. I see some Masagavi. Jake's hitting some Masagavi. Brian, I don't know what you're drinking over there. I've got the 4 Giants, really, really good beer, and I like it. It's in a tall boy can.
I'm in on that
as
4
well.
Giants as well. It's
Yes.
4 Giants in the haze of destiny.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And here's the thing, the Founders deal, Brian, explain this to me. There's people watching right now like, man, we see you guys watching Founders. It sounds so good. I want to get some. They live in whatever, Alabama.
Yeah.
How do they find it? There's an app,
There's
right?
an app. Yes.
How do I move to where you are and bum wherever?
Right,
Alabama?
Bum, Alabama. Right, but there is an app. Go to the Founders website, right?
That's right.
And there's
You could track it on
You
the
could-
app, see who around you carries it,
There
this,
you
that,
go.
and the third.
there you go.
And we had a comment. Who was that from, Jake?
That was from a couple different people, but we're
Oh,
going to go
okay.
with Guest.
Guest.
The name is Guest.
Yes.
All right, guest had a name for your costume tonight, Dave, and I mean it's an obvious one. I know you've heard it before. That
I mean, by my Bruce Springsteen or my John Travolta.
nice. No, keep going. What else you got?
I'm either Bruce Springsteen, John Travolta, perhaps Sean Penn.
Sean Penn, Canadian tuxedo. They went with.
Can I
I never,
text
I,
that?
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
have
You
got
never
that.
heard
I
that?
Never heard
Oh
that.
yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Now,
That's a good one.
I mean, I've heard of a South Philly tuxedo, and that's like fat guys wearing those zip-up athletic clothes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? But I never heard Canadian tuxedo.
That's
Yeah,
great.
You're
That's
rocking-
funny. Thank you for that.
By the way, let me jump back real quick, and I did want to mention I
shit.
skipped over this, but
Do you have an ill-fitting Bash U shirt I can put on?
I do.
All right, thank
I
you.
do. It'll be like a half
Accentuate my
shirt for you.
stomach.
We've got a deal, and we're going to do an unboxing later, and I'll say this again. But if you go to Mystery Tackle Box, if you use the promo code Ike Live, if they use that promo code Vegas, right? They're going to get 30% off their first Elite box, and they're going to get 50% off their first Pro box.
Wow.
So that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
God.
So use that promo code. Go to MrTackleBox.com. You get yourself a nice box. Brought to you by the Ike Foundation. We're going to be talking a little bit later about that. Some big things happening with the Ike Foundation, getting kids involved in fishing. And Bash University, Tackle Warehouse, thank you guys for the support. Vegas, before we start every show, we do one thing. This is very, very important. I know you've been on the show before and you remember this, but we want to send a thank you to the military, people that are active in the military, veterans that have served in the military, Want to say thank you for what they do because that's an important thing. So thank you guys. I also want to thank our military and our policemen, our firemen, and our EMT. Those guys do a great job too. So thank you guys for what you do. We really appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, thank you. All right. Let's see. We have this contest, Vegas Hammer. Let me remind everybody real quick. You know this. If you're a fan of the show, you know this. Dave, you know this contest. This is the like and share contest over on Facebook. So if you're watching on Facebook, all you do is like and share the feed. Like and share that feed. And if they do that, Vegas, they're entered in a chance to win this. And Jake's going to draw a random one at the end.
Don't even let Vegas hold it. He'll get a Brian shoulder from it.
Yeah.
So heavy.
Feel this. We're calling this, Vegas, you know your weight's pretty good because you do a lot of bass fishing. We call this 20, 22, 23 pounds. What would you call that bag? Feel that and give me
Here
an
comes some
estimate.
kid truth.
Give me an estimate. What does that weigh? Give me an estimate. 20, 22, 23.
Oh my God.
What would you call it?
I'm going to have to give this a 21.
21 pounds!
Just like Dad.
That's it. That's it. Hi, Nah. You want to come sit? Okay. 21 pounds. Like and share the feed over on Facebook, and you're entered in a chance to win this. And we're going to be doing that in the third segment. Jake's going to pick a random winner. And there's some great stuff in there from all our sponsors. Also, let me remind you, your feedback is key. We want to hear from you. If you've got questions, boom! If you've got questions, comments, if you just want to say something funny, please send them in right there on the IM. Jake's going to be putting some of them through. Listen to me. If your comment is really, really good, we'll give some stuff away tonight, too. Also, we're going to be periodically checking our social feeds at Ike Live Show. If you're watching on Facebook or you want to send a message on Instagram, you can do that, too. Okay. Let's see here. I want to start with let's do a little catch-up first, Vegas. And then I want to talk to you a little bit. And then since we have Na in the room, maybe we'll get Na to talk a little bit now.
I love ketchup.
You do. We're going to do a little catch-up in the room. And Dave, I want to start with you. Been a few shows.
Yeah, been a while.
You know, family. You said the family's good, Mel's good. What else you got going on? What's happening?
So, I mean, God, today I started. Actually, I'm going to have the coolest Hobie kayak, Delaware River driftwood shack that I'm building.
Wow.
Started it today.
So you're saying a storage for your Hobie?
Yeah. So I have a 120-year-old house, Model T garage. I turned that into a place where I go and hide from everyone.
It's awesome, by the way.
And
yeah.
Thank you. So I moved the kayaks outside.
Right.
And right now I just have them tarped, but I'm creating this driftwood garage. It's going to be lit up, and I'm going to have climbing hydrangea and clematis planted simultaneously.
Whoa!
So that they grow all over.
Very
it.
cool.
It's going to look really cool.
That's awesome. So will they be totally protected,
Yes.
totally covered? That's cool.
They'll be completely dry. And
Wow,
yeah.
I can't wait to see it.
Yes, getting it all from West Deptford.
You got to get it. Do me a favor. Take pictures throughout the process because I'd like to see it from nothing to completion. You know what I mean? I'd like to see that. That'd be pretty cool.
The roof's the only thing. I'm leaning towards cedar shakes to put up there, but I'm not. I don't know if I'm going to go with the palms.
Yeah.
Or I don't have the milling equipment like Brian and his brother have to be able to turn the driftwood into sheets itself, or else I would.
Right.
You know? But
Gotcha. That's cool.
I mean, I've been doing that. I mean, the gardening and just going back in the gym again. You know.
Yeah. Heck yeah. That's
it,
awesome.
man.
Now, with the are you going to do any kayak tournaments this year?
Yeah,
What do you
I'm going
got
to do the one on. I'm going to do the one on Susquehanna.
Susquehanna,
I'm
cool.
going to do your event.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And doing both your events.
Cool.
Going
That'll be
fishing
good.
with John. John recruited me for.
Oh.
Yeah.
John,
Yeah.
Ike Foundation tournament. That's awesome.
I'm agreeable. That's why.
That's
picked me.
good. All right.
So Dave is referring to the Ike Foundation events. We have the Pro-Am, which is the boat event out of Northeast Maryland on the Upper Bay, June 5th. And then Lake Nakamixon is October 2nd. That's the kayak tournament.
Yeah.
Both fundraisers for the Ike Foundation.
Yes. All right. Now, also have a note here about our youth trail that's starting on Lenape.
Yeah, we have some great signups. So, honestly, I mean, if there's any more kids to sign up, we would love to have them. If we have any more volunteers, it's just the morning. We're done at noon. We'd love to have a few more guys take some kids out on their boat. We'll fully supply stuff. Just we need to teach these kids, and it'd be great to have some great guys who know how to fish to take these kids out.
Have you guys been talking about this on past podcasts?
Yeah.
We have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we started our own tournament trail for the Ike Foundation. So much like any other tournament trail for kids, except most tournament trails, like what Vegas fishes with BASS, like you can't help the kids. They have to figure it out themselves. Like maybe you could help a snag, but you can't tell them anything.
Oh, okay.
Here we want to teach the kids. So we want volunteers or parents on the boat that are kind of saying, hey, you might want to try to throw this bait into that kind of cover.
Sure.
Like it's more educational to teach them the tournament experience.
And it can also be enlightening to, I'm glad that's the dad I never had, you know?
Yeah. Then there's that.
There's that too. Yeah.
Thanks, Dad. I mean, John McGraw. No,
but they can get, if somebody's watching right now and they're like, oh, man, I got a kid, I want to sign up, or they want to volunteer, how can they get info on it again?
If you head to the IkeFoundation.org, all the information is there. All the sign-up is there. I have to tell you, we released the kayak tournament on Nakamixon 24 hours ago, maybe.
Yeah.
There's already over 20 sign-ups. Like, the kayak guys are amazing.
Yeah.
Boat guys, hello, where are you? Please sign up.
Yeah, they're
like,
kayak guys are a whole nother breed.
Oh, yeah.
yes.
They
The
are.
boat
Much
guys are
more
like, yeah, I'm
detail
fishing
organized.
your event.
Yeah.
And there's, like, I'm like, really? Because I don't see your name. Right.
What's even funny, I'm not going to fake the funk. I've been sitting here, and I didn't even know it was on Nakamixon. I thought it was still on back on the way driving down here. I'm like, man, where am I going to
It's on Nakamixon, which is a good move, though. Nakamixon is, Brian, 100 times better, 1,000 times better than a Pakong.
I don't know. Never been to either.
1,000 times better.
Yeah, there's going to be no guineas with mohawks running you over
Well,
with a
that's true. You don't have Donzies running you over.
Yeah, Donzie with a mohawk.
The fishing's
tattoos.
better. There's giants in there.
Yeah. You get a neck tattoo and a nose piercing. Thank you.
In a Donzie?
In a Donzie. Yeah.
Sweet.
They
That's
run you right over in a Donzie. They don't care.
I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Sorry.
There's no more gold chain with the Italian horn. It's nose piercings.
Well, now it's tattoos.
Right. Well, it was always tattoos, but
Testosterone replacement therapy.
right.
No leg day.
No leg day.
That's funny.
And they're not even real Italians anymore. Everyone's watered down. They ain't like when we were kids.
Yeah,
They were like,
10% Italian.
Oh yeah.
15% max.
Not Italians.
not Italians.
Yeah. Speaking of Ike Foundation, though, I already talked about this a little bit, but Vegas and Stella was come to parents' work day, and they did some great work for the Ike Foundation.
Yeah,
Stella
so
did some
yesterday was
great
Take
work.
Your Kid to Work Day.
Yep. So thank you for doing that, Vegas. Thank you guys for helping do that. And you're raising some money. You got some donations coming in. You did some MTB unboxings. It was good. By the way, Estella, say hi to everybody right there. Look at that camera and say hello to everybody.
Hi.
Okay, real quick. You had field hockey or lacrosse practice tonight?
Lacrosse.
Field hockey. How did it go? Talking to the mic. How did it go?
Good.
It went good. What new skill or drills did you do tonight? Talking to the mic right there. Go ahead. It's okay. There's only like 2 people watching live.
Totally.
You don't know. Okay, but did you have fun?
Yes.
All right, that's all that matters. Okay. Catch up a little bit with what I've been doing. I'll give you. I did fish a tournament today, which was cool. Fished with our very own Rizzo, a.k.a. Riz, and I rode with Riz, which was a cool experience. You know, I honestly like it, Dave, being the rider, because it takes a little bit of that pressure off. You kind of just go with the flow. You know what I mean? I still chime in and be like, hey, maybe this or that, but you know, you don't have as many decisions. It was fun. You know what I mean? So out on the bay, that fishery is unbelievable. So, you know, we had 16 3/4 pounds, which anywhere else in this area is top 5. You know, it's top 5 material.
What'd it take,
top
21?
3. There were 2 20.5s.
Yeah.
There was a 19. There was an 18. There was 3 or 4 17s, and then us. So it's just incredible, man. Every time I go there,
they all figure out how to get that next level class fish higher.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Like you know, you got that one anchor.
Yeah.
And then your 2.5 3s, and
Yeah.
then these dudes are getting solid 3.5.
They're getting
4,
all
4.5s, yeah.
all 4 or 5 big ones. So
that's interesting.
it's incredible though, and you know, here's the one thing that Becky and I were talking about is the sheer amount of pressure that place gets. Like that's our for the Northeast. That's our Gunnersville. That's our, you know, Chickamauga, right? Like places like, dude, you can go there on a Tuesday and there's 15, 20 boats in the parking lot. Today was a Friday league tournament, right? Friday. And they had 38 boats on a Friday.
These businesses need to start making people come back to work. Enough of this remote shit.
True.
That's right.
Enough of that.
Has a lot to do with that, doesn't it?
Smash the laptops. Get your ass back in the office.
It's crazy.
Well, now Pete knows that Rich didn't work today. Did he put in for that day off?
I don't know. We had fun. I mean, we worked, but we just didn't work for bad
You think,
shit.
you think because it's connected to an ocean that has something to do with it? And I don't mean they're going into the ocean.
Yeah.
But does those type of migrating fish from the ocean have something to do with the fact that they can feed and breed at such a high rate? Like,
I mean,
what
I
other
think,
lakes are like that?
Yeah, I think it's the forage. I think it's the grass. I think it's the sheer amount of vegetation. You know, when you look at it, dude, the best way to talk about the Susquehanna Flats, if you look at it, look at a satellite imagery, right, and click on one where it's low tide or an image from the summertime. Look at the sheer amount of flats in that place. And I'm not just talking about the big flat out
But you
got to
cut it off at the bridge, the salt line. You know, I mean, if you are going to do that.
Yeah, but I think why that fishery is so good is it's one big flat. You know, like when you look at the Delaware, you know, Delaware's got a lot of, you know, there's a lot of deep water, you know, and it flows. You know, you go in a creek in the Delaware, it's moving 8 miles an hour the whole time. Flats is that slow current, you know, and it's shallow water with little tiny ditches.
And a tide swing in the Delaware, you don't have that extreme tide swing in the flats where you could have, like, this year's going to be a bad spawn. We just had a blowout tide the other day, like the entire. I only know because I was foraging for wood
On the Delaware.
Yeah, and the entire West Deptford was completely dry, and that's very rare.
It's crazy.
I will say the amount of herring that I saw. I just had a tournament there on Sunday.
Yeah, on the Delaware.
No, on the flats.
Oh yeah,
like that. In the herring, just every spot you saw on the bank, there's fish busting everywhere. Nothing's chasing them, but all that bait, when it pulls out, that's what the 4 or 5 pounders are eating. And they were all 8, 10-inch bait fish.
Yeah. See, I think the ocean has everything to do with why that place is so good, man.
Yeah,
but it wasn't always that good because the grass wasn't there. I think a combination of the grass and I don't know. What do I know?
I mean, Delaware's got a ton of food, but it's got that tide, and it doesn't have the flats. By the way, I'll change the subject real quick. Apologies from me to Chris from Canada. He's very mad that we didn't ship to Canada because it was too expensive. I tried to joke with him, and he got even madder. So, yeah, I think you might have lost a fan at my expense or at my hand.
I'm sorry.
What didn't he get?
The prize pack because shipping to Canada.
Shipping to Canada. Yeah.
Remember? Yeah. They like lose the stuff and charge it really a lot. So.
Yeah. It's Canada.
Sorry, Canada.
I told him fishing's great up there. You can't have everything.
Well, here's the thing. Let's
I would trade fish in Canada for a prize pack.
Do you know what part of Canada he's from or no?
Nah.
Right,
I think it's 6 hours because I said, meet me at the border. I'll hand it to you. And you got mad.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I was literally going to say, so we're fishing the St. Lawrence this year.
Yeah.
I mean, if he wants to come across, watch the derb, we'll bring it back. We'll hand it to him.
And some drinks.
Yeah. And a couple
How about that, Chris?
Yeah, Chris, if you're watching, you're probably not, but we'll hook you up. We'll hook you up. Vegas, I want to catch up with you a little bit. It's yeah. I want to catch up with you a little bit.
Fortnite is calling.
Don't you just relish to catch up?
Yeah. First of all, before we get into the tournament, what's been going on? How you doing? How's life?
Good. I've been working on a windmill, practicing soccer.
Yeah.
Helping out with the Ike Foundation.
Yeah.
I haven't been too busy.
Yeah.
My friend's birthday is coming up.
Yeah. Cody's birthday is coming up tomorrow. That's awesome. One of the things I think that's interesting is you like fishing, you like soccer, but you like to build, like building stuff, like engineering stuff. You've really been getting into that. I see it with the rockets. I saw it with the model planes. Now you're doing this windmill thing. What made you want to get into that? Like, why do you like that? Because I can't do any of that stuff. Like, I watch you do that, and I'm like,
yeah, he got that from his mom.
Yeah, he must have got it from Beck, because I don't get it. I can't tie my shoe, let alone build something. But what got you into that?
Technology. It's just so amazing.
You like the technology.
Well, what
cool.
is the book and the movie you saw?
Oh, The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind.
Yeah.
Oh, The Boy That Harnesses Wind.
It was amazing.
It was a good movie.
He started from Purr, Got really poor, no food.
No food. Yeah.
1 meal a day.
Right.
I won't tell you everything.
Yeah, he was in a village in
yeah.
Africa, and they were starving, and he figured out how to build a windmill. Right.
To pump water from the well.
Right.
To put it to bring it to the farms.
Right.
And then that
to irrigate the farms.
Yeah.
Yes.
All the.
Yeah, it's cool. Well, I'm glad you're into that. I'm excited that you can do all that and you're into building stuff.
You're building model airplanes?
Model airplanes and rockets.
Rockets. Yeah, he's doing a lot of rocket stuff. So
But like the stationary model airplanes, right?
Yeah, the ones you can they're like remote control.
Like RC ones.
Like RC planes.
He's building RC. So he's not building the model types like the RC.
He's
building
fly.
RC. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the rocket thing's pretty cool too, because the rockets you can do the kits, which are cool. Like you can go to a hobby store and buy the rocket kit, but Vegas started doing where he's got this little, what is it called, toy box?
Yeah.
It's called a toy box. And it's actually like a 3D printer, like a little CNC mill. And so, you can program it to cut whatever you want, like different shapes or whatever.
So I got a couple tubes.
So he's cutting his own
together,
rocket pieces. And it's awesome. It's awesome. Like the first couple we did, we had some duds. We had some.
They don't always fly straight up.
Right. We had
we hide behind wood.
So we so you have the launcher, and you have a spool of wire.
China, yeah.
Yeah. So we spool behind, but we have a big piece of plywood, and we're hiding behind the plywood as we're launching these things. But the interesting thing is, you got better and better and better.
Yes.
And your last couple launches, dude, like ridiculous. You can't even see them anymore.
No, I get it.
Yeah. We had, I think, what was it called?
The Big Mama or the
Big Bertha.
No.
What was it?
No, not that.
Was it Big Bertha still?
No, it was called the
Big Mama.
It was called something else.
Throw Mama from the train.
What was the one that flew
the parachute took it. We never saw it again. What was it called?
Because there was a lot of wind. And let me say this: I did a space shuttle, right? And it just flew down. It was amazing. It was amazing.
It flew down. Smooth
I'm
landing.
with you. You know how I know I'm with you? When I was in my 20s, I was in RC cars. So much so that I was concerned with the tension of my shocks, the actual springs on the shocks, the gauge wire, so that I could go over things faster and not lose time.
Wow.
So I get where you're at. It's the little tiny things make a huge difference.
Very cool.
You'll get after it.
Well, I'm glad you're into that stuff. All right, I want to get into this. What do you got here sitting on the table? Grab that and show it to the camera right there.
Look at that.
Show that to the camera right there. Brian's going to use our amazing Zoom feature that he has to walk and do every time. Hold that up. Show that to everybody. What is that thing? What is that? Talk about it. What do you got?
It's my state championship.
I'm going to read it for you. I'll read it for you. It's New Jersey Youth Bass Nation State Champion, Assunpink Lake, April 2nd, 2022.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go. Hold that thing. I don't want to hold it.
Look at
I don't
that.
want to hold anybody else's trophy. It's bad luck. That's awesome. Dude, that is great.
Wow.
Very, very proud of you. It's your first tournament of the year. Things are getting back to normal in a lot of the youth tournaments. COVID's sort of.
We'll have another one next week.
You got another one coming up at Lenape. It's Ike Foundation event. And then you got another one with those guys a little later in the year. Tell me about the tournament. First of all, who was your boat captain for this tournament?
My mom. Beck.
Your mom, Beck. Yeah. Beck, the boat captain. That's awesome.
Had to sit with me in the freezing cold, messing me up by using my taquito because she wanted to have fun. And she messed me up, I swear. All the fish gone.
That is a harsh
She
statement.
had
Wait
it
a
going,
minute.
and then
That's not how that happened.
she broke it. She
I did
Yes,
not
she did.
break
Mom
it.
broke the
She's-
torpedo.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And then on the ride, on the ride home,
Yeah.
I had to fix it. And I did.
Yeah, you fixed it. In the back seat.
Kind of.
Okay.
Not how this
Kinda.
happened.
Yes, and then I caught.
Yes.
I don't know anymore. I caught one fish.
You caught one fish.
What was it? Four and a half.
A 4.8. You caught a 4.8.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
now here's what I want to say though, Mom. You did a good job. It was
Thanks.
a cold day. How
It was
cold was it? It was freezing, right?
Freezing.
It was freezing cold.
And windy.
So you did a great job. You're
So
very good.
every time we would have to take our gloves off to try to maneuver and do something, they'd blow out of the boat. So then we'd be chasing our gloves in the water. It was a bit of a disaster. It was so cold.
Like, what happened to it? It got like super cold. It just like
the power pole.
The
fuse.
the
power pole.
The power pole fuse went, and so I'm like yelling at other people to like find a fuse. I finally found a fuse, and I had to stand on the back of the John boat and pull the pole
That's like MacGyver.
out of the ground.
Jeez,
we
like
fixed
a CrossFit competition.
That was not
This
easy.
sounds like the Ike Live boat. It's
Yeah.
like breaking down.
But we did. We fixed the fuse. The power pole worked again.
Mayday.
Wait. Let's talk about breaking down.
The torpedo handle did get busted, so every time I tried to turn it on, it like would finally turn on, wouldn't turn off. Vegas did fix it on the way home in the back of the truck.
Jeff Little, be proud of you.
I also fixed his really old motor from like what? 1990s.
Oh, you did. You fixed one of the old Minn Kotas.
It's really old.
My man.
Yeah.
And I just take it all apart and boom, fish.
Put it back together.
All right, so tell the story about how you caught the fish, because when we finally came in, we found out that just about everyone that caught any fish caught them within the first hour.
Yeah.
So I mean that's when the fish bit.
Little window.
So tell them how that went down.
We started, and then I think there was a couple guys ahead of. There was only one guy ahead of us.
Well, what were we fishing?
Reeds.
Reeds.
Fishing
really
reeds.
Deep,
Yep.
Like what? It went to 8. It went like next to the vamp. That was like 9. It went almost to 9 feet.
So you were fishing reeds that had deep water close by.
Yes.
It's a good choice. It's a good choice.
So we saw these guys catching them.
Yeah.
So we skip ahead of them.
Yeah. That's a good move. That's what I
Well,
would do.
they weren't biting where we were, so.
I got a good story. I got a good story for
you guys
later
going
in
down
the
this bank?
show.
Cool. Let me get around you.
They were catching piccolo, right?
Yeah.
And we go ahead of them.
Yeah.
I catch like what 3 piccolo, and
Pickerel.
I
Pickerel,
get
yes.
piccolo.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it.
Pickerel. Yeah.
And I throw it. I said, imagine catching another piccolo, bringing in it's a bass.
Yeah.
So,
that
don't listen to me because I tell lies.
So here's the funny thing. Mom told me this story. So he's catching all these pickerel, right? You know, like nonstop, like pickerel, and he hooks up again, and he's like,
Imagine catching a pickerel.
yeah, Vegas is like, oh, it's another pickerel. So he's like manhandling this thing.
Oh God.
Meanwhile,
And I'm not reacting.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there going, all
Dude,
right, it's another pickerel.
So you gotta think about this, Dave. Crankbait on a light spinning rod, and he's manhandling the thing, and they get it to the boat. And
no, we didn't get it to the boat. We got it out in front of us, and all of a sudden it came up to the surface. It did one of those,
silver.
and the two of us panicked. We're like,
Oh yeah.
oh my God, that's a bass. So now I'm standing there. We're like rocking the tiny boat.
Yeah.
I've got the net in the water. Like, we are ready. We're going to do this. And he did. He brought it right into the net. We scooped it up, and it was a beast of a fish.
Nice.
But like, our fingers aren't working.
Yeah.
I mean, we are frozen solid.
I was trying to get the thing. I was trying to get the thing onto it, but I picked the wrong one. So like it.
Well, first we couldn't get the hook out.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to keep it down in the
And-
bottom so this thing doesn't jump out. We don't have water in the live wells yet, so I'm trying to get the water in the
Oh my
live wells.
God.
And I'm like, just jam it in. Just put it in. Like, I don't want us with a lack of finger feeling to lose this fish.
Yeah.
I can tell
Are your
it's-
fingers good?
Yeah, I can tell it's huge. I'm like, we just have to get it in the live well. Just get it. I mean, everything's tangled. Like, it was a disaster, but we got it in there. Beautiful fish.
Yeah, it was
And then
awesome.
we thought it would be a good day, and then it just went really.
And then it went
downhill.
cold for.
And then
for
we
the
went
bass.
to the back, and there was so much wind. Like
Yeah.
More wind
it
in
got
the back.
really bad. Like
Whitecaps.
the waves
Whitecaps.
were like the Atlantic.
You were like in the Atlantic Ocean. It was
But, like-
acid pink, but it was like the Atlantic.
I was bilging the boat all day.
Wow.
All day.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a tough
We
day
took
for,
on so
for a
much
12-foot
Dang.
John boat. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. So,
So good,
uh, uh,
right? Vegas, you didn't know this, but Mom, I was texting with Mom.
Vegas, you didn't know this, but Mom, I was texting with Mom. as you were catching all those pickerel.
He was very annoying.
And then, I kept, because I wanted to, because I'm not there. I'm driving. I'm actually driving to a tournament.
He had far too much time on his hands.
And I'm like, but I'm nervous. It's like I'm there, I'm not there, but I'm like there in spirit. And then, Beck's texting me, he's catching all these peckerel. Wait a minute. And she's like, wait, I think he's got a bit. And then, it went quiet. And I'm like, what the heck happened?
Peckerel.
And then all of a sudden, Beck sends me this picture. I'll never forget. I'm driving. This picture comes through. And it's Vegas with what I thought at the time was like a 3.5, a 3 3/4, just big, giant fish. And he's got this look of pain and misery and
because
disgust.
it was the dumbest one. She didn't tell me when.
Yeah.
So I'm so focused. I made all these weird faces.
You had your cold face on, dude.
But it's good. I like the face.
When I go AFKing on my tablet, I make these weird faces.
AFKing?
What is AFK?
What does that mean?
Away from controller.
Away from controller?
Oh wait.
What?
I don't know.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
Away from.
What does that mean?
Why do we spell controller with a K?
Wait.
Because AFC is like the football thing, so you got to go somewhere else. You go AFK.
Wait.
You got to go outside.
He's using the
when
wrong
I go play
acronym.
soccer. When I'm
He's
taught.
using the wrong acronym.
Yeah.
He's trying to say MAF. Mad as. Right? What are you trying to say?
Wait. I AFK when I go away from my tablet. But I was playing on my tablet.
Yeah.
And I just make all these weird faces because I'm so into it.
Yeah.
And then you go fishing and I make all these weird.
Yeah.
Because
No,
I don't
okay.
even
It's
know.
all right.
I don't know. Because
No,
I can't see my
No, I'm not
face.
saying the face was bad. I'm saying I liked it. So anyway, the picture comes through, Bri, and he's like holding this big giant fish, and I'm like, yeah, I'm like yelling in the truck. I'm like swerving. People are looking at me, but I'm looking at the picture more, and I'm like, he's putting a call tag on that.
Oh, you sent me that picture.
I don't even, dude. I can't. In a
I'm
Bassmaster Classic, I don't put a call tag on a 4-pounder. It ain't gone nowhere.
I don't know what that.
I'm like, yes,
Dude, that's exactly.
confidence, man.
Yeah.
I'm putting it on.
Yeah.
We were
Because
so
I had no
confident, though.
clue what
yeah.
you
were
didn't
so
teach me what
confident.
they meant, so I just put them on.
I'm
That's that
glad you
rocket
did.
builder
No, that's good.
mentality, bro.
That's good. And the
It's a
good
good
thing,
deal.
the good thing about putting the call tags on is you never miscount, because a lot of guys Brandon Polnick's done it a handful of times where you put too many in the live well, and once you have a sixth in there, you can't do that. You have you lose
coal.
2 pounds, and you have to get rid of that fish. So it's good that you put call tags
Pounds,
on there.
baby.
Yeah, it's good.
So we had major confidence catching this fish within the first 30 minutes. We're like, oh, we got this limit. Like, this is happening today. We are so set.
Yeah.
30 pickerel the rest of the day. I mean,
Dang.
pickerel. And we watched people catch fish around us. They were catching bass, but none of them were keepers. I mean, it
It's
was.
be 15 at
I mean, he
Esophagus
was
to keep.
properly
Lots of
targeting
ones
the
and
right
twos.
size, but we just couldn't.
Yeah.
I would
Put 'em
have
in the boat.
loved to have had a hidden mic on the boat you jumped over and heard what they were saying.
Yeah.
Wrangling around with that.
They were fine. They were high schoolers. They ended up catching a limit that day, and they won
Yeah.
the high school division. So
Oh,
it was
okay.
fine.
Okay. That is good.
But I'm sure they talked. I'm like, yeah, that's good. You're close enough. Yeah, we're good.
That's so awesome. I do have a good story later in the show about that same thing, so it's funny. One other thing about the tournament. By the way, very proud of you.
Yeah,
Congratulations on your
dude.
win.
That's a big deal.
And this,
Copy number
what
one.
what does this mean too? So this is a great win, but this
Yeah.
also qualifies him to do what? There's something else. Like he makes the state
He
team.
makes like nationals.
He goes to nationals now
Yeah,
to
so
represent New
Tennessee.
Jersey.
So there
Yeah.
was a kid by the name of Max that came in second, and the two of them will be a team to go to nationals. So if we get the information and they're both available, then
How
they'll.
old's this Max guy?
I don't know. He was
Probably
probably
sixth grader, maybe.
yeah, maybe just a little bit older than
No,
you.
that's cool.
Yeah, yeah, really nice kid.
Yeah.
We got to meet him and his dad afterwards.
You guys got to get them some reps together on the water.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, so hopefully I talked to his dad. He might be able to come out to one of the Ike Foundation events,
Yeah.
and we would put them on a boat together
Give
so
him a
they
little
could
practice.
kind of
Yeah,
That'd be
for
good.
sure, man.
get
Yeah.
some time together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's
Yeah.
here's one other thing I want to corner you on before we move on is you caught those fish and that big bass on a crankbait, which is not something you usually throw, right? You're normally like a
No.
drop shot, a soft plastics guy. I'm pretty impressed that you picked up a crankbait that quick.
I mean,
what's the deal with the crankbait?
I mean, it's kind of easy. Like, you have to stop it, pause it for, like, a little bit.
Yeah.
But then you have to go back and reel it.
Yeah.
Like, bring it up.
Was it hard to get the feel of the vibration of that crankbait, or did you understand it pretty quick?
I understand it, and, like, I knew when it wasn't, like, jiggling, whatever it is.
Feeling the vibration.
Yeah, feeling the vibration.
Right.
Like, if I knew I had to go faster, pick the speed up, and
Right.
then change colors when I got to, like...
Changing colors a lot. Yeah.
Go
And what
to
did you
bigger
catch out?
baits.
Did you catch that one on a red or a shad? I can't remember.
Red.
The red one.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Well, I'm pretty proud of you, man. Pretty impressed. Yeah, it's great. It was a great finish. Great tournament. Yeah, good job. Stell, real quick, while you're here, let me corner you real quick. You've been kicking butt in field hockey and lacrosse, and I'm very, very proud of you. I got to witness a goal by you last game in lacrosse. Congratulations, Stella.
Nice.
It was a nice goal. You want to talk about that at all? You want to talk about field hockey or lacrosse? How you doing? You like them both, though, right? Talking to Mike real quick. Mom will give it to you. Or you haven't. Which one do you like better? Do you like them the same?
I like them the same.
You like them the same. Okay. What position do you play in those sports?
In lacrosse, I play defense. Now, in field hockey, I play defense, and in lacrosse, I play attack.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. What does that mean? Tack? Tack means offense?
Yes.
Okay. Tack is basically like offense. That's cool.
Field hockey was the precursor to actual men's hockey.
Was
Men
it?
played field hockey in Scotland back in the day.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Out there with their kilts
Huh.
and their hair, ponytails crashing in. Yeah.
Wow. About that.
How did you stumble across this piece of knowledge, Braz? Take me through that.
How did you know that?
How did you? Come on.
So, watching this show Outlander on Stars.
Outlander?
Outlander,
On
yeah.
Stars.
Yeah, don't watch it. Don't watch Outlander. I don't want to get into it, but I did learn it from there.
So it wasn't History Channel.
It was the Stars. It could be completely fake. I don't even know.
But Beck
Well, you
saying
said it
it's
with
true.
confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hockey is still a sport played by men in Europe.
It is. Okay.
Field hockey.
That's what surprised me about the guy from Canada that was so mad. Because Canada's full of men.
Oh, man.
Oh, he left. He's probably watching reruns of Stray Cast or something.
Oh, jeez.
Or
While
he's
we're
watching, and he's just
gay.
mad he didn't get his prize that he won.
Yeah, nah, you should have seen the way he's misbehaving.
I'm sure.
While we're on the knowledge
Cornball.
subject, AFK is away from keyboard. That's where
Away
it started.
from keyboard.
But
Oh.
AFK
I
happens to
usually-
be like the
I-
Xbox PlayStation thing too.
Okay.
I say
Universal.
that to my friends when I have to go.
You do? You put AFK?
I said I have to go AFK now. Goodbye.
Oh. Dude, this is like
a slang.
yeah, this is like having Eric the
Slang,
intern.
man.
Remember when Eric the intern was in and we learned all
yeah.
this sort of stuff?
IDK.
Yeah.
IK.
IK? What's that?
I know.
Oh, I know. Okay.
IK.
Okay.
IDK.
Oh,
Remember
man.
we used to have 3 buttons on your phone to get one letter?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. You don't know nothing about that. You're too young.
Didn't we one time with make Pete have a oh God, what was it? Like had Pete read
Oh yeah, all those
Eric's
modern
slang terms
slang.
and try to figure out what it was.
that
or
was amazing.
Yeah, and he was all awkward and
yeah.
Yeah.
uncoordinated.
Fire.
It was like watching Archie Bunker on Twitter.
What?
Oh my God.
Had
All right.
Pete as Archie Bunker.
All right, so here's what I want to do.
numbskull.
Here's what I want to do. So normally in an Ike Live show, Beck, you know, we do the unboxing in the third segment. But because we have 2, not 1, but 2 very special guests with us right now, we're going to go ahead and end this first segment with an unboxing, okay? So, Stella, here's the rule. You see it's sealed, and this is how we play this game, okay? Vegas, listen to me. So what we're going to do is I'm going to break this seal. I'm going to put it close to the mic so you can hear it. I love the noise. And I'm going to let you pick a bait. You look through it, pick your favorite bait. Vegas, you pick out one. We're all going to pick our favorite bait. And we're going to talk a little bit about the bait, okay? And this is a good example of the different style of lures you'll get every month with the Mystery Tackle Box. Okay? All right, you ready for this sound? Ready still? Here it comes. Listen, ready? And. Whoa! Did you hear that? Wait, did I break it?
Oh,
Kid's going to tell you the truth.
There! Did you hear it? Wait, I still didn't break it. It's because it's pen. I need a razor blade. Hold on. It usually makes a louder noise. Hold on, ready? Wait, ready?
Oh, my
I broke the pen!
Wow.
I broke the tip off of the pen.
Just give it to me.
Can you open that for me?
Yeah.
That's probably going to leak ink all over the place now. Look at it. It's already coming out. That's no good.
There you go.
All right.
I'm strong.
All right. So, Stella, we're going to start with you. Open the box. You can pick one thing. Just pick one bait, lure, pack, whatever you want. Something that you like, something you think that's cool. And then I'm going to have you talk about it. But pick something you like. All right. You got yours? All right. Let me see here. Let me see. Let me pick a little something here. And, oh, wait. What is this? Oh, that's okay. Oh, I see mine. Okay. All right, Vegas. Go ahead. All right, and then pass that over to Dave.
What, are we
pass it over to
competing against
Dave.
each other, Vegas? Why you stink eyeing me?
That's why I'm involved.
Smells kind of good.
Okay.
You probably have these things as steps onto your bed, don't you? These boxes.
Here, I saved the best for you.
Thank you. Being that I fish the least, I should have the easiest one to talk about.
All right, Dave.
I know.
Get a bait out of there.
Working on it. Trying to see which one I can.
What you got?
Well, I mean that's the obvious one right there.
Back off. This is mine.
What you got over there? Oh, I like that one. All right, we're going to keep the box passing around. All right, let's start our explanation of the bait we picked and talk about the bait. You want me to go first? All right, then we'll go to you second. All right, so I picked out of my the mystery tackle box. This is a, how would you say that, Beck? Samatus baits, and this is these are tried and true plastics, and I liked it because I liked the color, but I liked the shape. And I'm going to show this to you. Very, very similar, Dave, to a crosstail shad. Very similar to like a jackal-style bait. I could see that working on a drop shot. I could see that perfect for smallmouth lakes. Definitely something I've never seen before. I've not seen that color. Definitely would put this into the mix if I was fishing deep with a drop shot. So, okay. Stella, let's go to you, and then we'll go over to Vegas. Stella, what did you pick out? Okay, let's look at it. Janko fishing. Yep. And what is it? Is it like a fish? What is that thing? What would you call it, Stella?
It's called a rip knocker.
A rip knocker.
But look at how sparkly and iridescent.
Okay.
It's got the beads in it to make noise.
Yep. So it's a lipless. Stella, they call this a lipless vibration.
It's big.
Yeah, what I like about that, Dave, you're right. I like it because it's a bigger profile. Most of these baits are small. They're half ounce. They're 3/8. This, I would say, is a little bit bigger, but it's got a bigger body. It's also translucent, which I like. I like the translucency to it. Has a little vibration. Has a little shake. Would you throw that, Stella, if you were fishing? Maybe catch it? You would. You would try it? Catch a big bass or something?
Yes.
Cool. Well, I like that pick. That was good. All right, Vegas, what do you got? What did you pick out of your MTB?
Big bite bait. I picked this. I'm gonna give you a C, okay?
Okay.
This is from Miss Dunlap. She taught me.
Miss Dunlap. Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Miss Dunlap.
I thought you said Risto Wrap.
No.
Miss
Dunlap.
Man.
Shout out to Dunlap.
Miss Dunlap, one of your teachers?
Yeah.
All right.
It's fine.
Some Bindlap.
I like this bait because it has an orange belly. Good for the fish. Good for a fish to see. It has good. It's a little bit slimy. Gives a good scent trail. I would fish this in open water, close to the lily pads, maybe close to like a little bit going shallow.
Yeah.
I love the little.
Oh, the flappers.
Yeah,
Yep. It's got the
flaps.
claws that have a little action to it. Yeah.
It's
awesome.
Inside, it's has the it's the hollow stuff, so it helps the hook go in.
Oh, it's got a hollow body,
Hollow
like
body.
a tube. Yeah. Very cool.
go. In conclusion,
Yes.
this bait is good to use.
Hey! In conclusion.
I mean, your summation of that product is probably better than any pro they can possibly employ. And I'm sure you're Miss Dunlap's favorite student with that level of articulation. My God. But unfortunately, I'm a lot older than you, so I'm going to clip you. Here we go. All right.
I'm going to clip you, son.
Nah, I can't clip you. I mean, listen, so feel the hooks on this. I know you're a big crankbait guy, right?
Ooh.
Very sticky, right?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know about you, Mike.
What's that, a Norman?
No, it's not. It's Castaic Mana Crank.
Oh.
Now,
it reminds me of a Norman, though, or a Bandit.
But it has a fatter head.
Right.
And it's one of the two colors I throw. I throw a Char Blue back, or I throw Rapala Shad-ish.
You can't beat
whatever
that color.
bait.
You can't beat that color.
These are the two baits. I really like this. Now, for a spinning rod, that's perfect.
Yep, a little bit smaller bait.
Real thin bill.
Yeah.
That's the key with spinning rods, right? You don't want a big, heavy, thick bill. You want a thinner bill on them. And
what I liked about those old Normans, they had the small, thinner bill, too.
Yes, really, really thin bill.
Yeah.
They started it all with that. I mean, they really were ahead of it. You're talking about 25 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Old school. That's a nice
probably,
crankbait.
Probably 35.
Maybe. Yeah, you're probably right.
All right.
25
but who's counting?
Yeah.
Who's counting? 25, 30. All right, guys, what do you got? What did you pick? Jake, Brian, what do you got?
I kept it simple and gave the injured BTC a good bait this time.
You gave me last pick, dude. You gave me last pick.
So I took Carl's Stash 3/16 drop shot weights, which is still a good pick.
Weights.
Still a great pick.
It's a good pick.
But I took the terminal tackle from Bry.
Okay.
You know he's injured.
Yeah. Which this is great because since I can't really cast, I could troll with this thing.
Brian got the deep. What is that? Deep diving jerk bait.
Double
Big
extra, triple double deep.
Okay. Is that a duo? Who makes that one?
Lunker Hunt.
Lunker Hunt. Okay. Looks good. I like the color. Pearl white, little shad pattern.
Yeah.
Brian control with one arm. That's all he could do.
Probably just barely hold on.
You know what's funny?
Pretty funny.
Dude,
troll.
I bet you if you trolled that at Merrill, you would catch more fish than you did fishing.
I agree.
Like just randomly troll it.
Yep.
Like just zigzag in the middle of the lake.
Yep.
You'd get way more smallmouth than if you were fishing.
That's where they're at.
Yeah.
They out there.
Chasing bait. They out there.
That's funny on so many levels, Jake. You left the injured Brian to troll the bait.
That's awesome.
Hey, he opened up the bike. Got back here, opened up, and went, whap, and scooped it up. I was like, I guess I'll have that.
Oh, that's awesome.
I chose this.
Crankbait. So, you know what? I mean, I listen to a lot of things. No one's giving 50%.
Dude, that's a great deal. 50% off the Pro box, 30% off the Elite box. And this was a good unboxing tonight. It's a good representation of the stuff you're going to get. Dude, you got soft plastics, you got terminal tackle, you got crankbaits, jerkbaits, you got
Bobby
crawls. You got Bobby Lane and Justin Lucas coming up.
Let me see that.
You got lipless. Look at that.
You didn't take one out, dude.
Hey,
It's amazing.
back off. It's my
Listen to me.
bag.
I'm going to call Miss Dunlap.
This has gone in his box afterward.
I got good grades.
That's a good bait. It's like a pocket crawl.
No, I like
it.
I'm all about the orange.
I like it a lot.
Green.
Two last things, and Brian, I think we should take a break real quick.
We got them in
real,
the queue.
Yeah, real quick things. One, Vegas, one thing I want to show to everybody, and especially now that they zoomed in. Look at this. This whole entire time, Vegas doing an interview, no shoes on. Rest in peace, Aaron Martins. We love you. This is definitely an Aaron trait right here.
Heck yeah.
Vegas never wears shoes. Aaron hated shoes. Vegas hates shoes. I love it, dude. It's so funny. He never wears shoes, that kid. Look, Stella, too. Look at that. No, I'm just kidding. They actually smell pretty good. The other thing I wanted to say is, dude, this is the coolest thing. This actually happened this evening. This happened this evening.
Okay.
So me and Vegas were kicking the soccer ball around this afternoon. And then we went down to the boat ramp to the beach, and we were just chilling down there. I'm not kidding you, dude. A hawk. We see this hawk coming, and it's doing this slow fly, and it's like coming down the creek arm here. And I'm like looking at it. I'm like, man, Vegas, it's got something. I'm like looking, and
Yellow perch.
Yeah, at first I thought it was a bluegill, but as it got closer, dude, I'm looking. Dude, he's got a yellow perch.
A big jumbo.
Like a big jumbo yellow perch, dude, just in his freaking talons.
Heck yeah.
Just like
We
And
eating
I also
good
saw,
tonight.
I also saw an eagle.
You saw an
with
eagle
you,
today.
Yeah,
You there
it was
too with a
carrying
twig.
Yeah, it was
Carrying a
carrying
stick.
Making its
Like-
nest.
Making a nest.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
It was.
That's
Go
cool.
see that a lot.
Eagle. Philadelphia Eagles. Did you COVID?
He was playing fetch with Bigfoot, Dave.
Did you COVID? Okay. Let's take a break.
Now, you know,
What?
I went in. No, no, because if you're going to do that, you got to go to where they are. No, I've been walking in the pines, but not Bigfoot hunting. I don't hunt for them, dude.
They just find
They
you.
find you.
But I immerse myself deep in the forest. So I mean,
Yeah.
but
Get out-
I've never
but
purposely.
if you find one, you get out the minigun. You're like,
Nah, dude.
Minigun. You can't kill. You can't kill Bigfoot.
no.
Nice.
But then you
Bulletproof,
get
man.
like the money. Like,
So,
get
You're a
that
rocket
moolah.
scientist. In a few years, come back to me. We'll talk about interdimensional beings and what type of level. Of
Oh,
protection they have, all right?
Vegas. What do
Too
you think
young
about
for you
this?
right now. All right.
This is crazy.
What? do we get to spend? Do we get to send them in space?
No.
Oh.
But as a rocket scientist, your mind will be at the position where you can understand what I'm trying to tell you.
Dun dun.
right.
Dun dun.
9/11. All right, Brian and Carpenter, we're going to take a little break. Listen to me. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday. Hang in there because we got the juice for you. We got the juice for him, Brian. When we come back. We got Bobby Lane and Justin Lucas.
You're dang right.
Double, all in the same segment. Hang in there. When we come back, more Ike Live.
4.5-inch drop shot worm, Bama bug. Finesse jig, PB&J, give me something hard. Hey, KBD here. Now, I didn't always know this much about fishing. 4-aught EWG worm hook. In fact, there was a time when I couldn't tell the difference between a jerkbait and a stickbait. But then I signed up for Mystery Tackle Box, the original monthly tackle subscription. And now I know more about fishing than I do about calculus.
And he knows a lot about calculus.
Plus, I get amazing extras like free fishing magazines. October 2016. Featured article, 4 places to throw a frog. Exclusive decals. Zombie bass. And how-to videos for all the great baits I receive. How to tune a crankbait. Is that underwater footage I smell?
I got goosebumps.
So if you're looking to develop enhanced fishing abilities like me, or you just like getting new tackle every month, go to mysterytacklebox.com and get your box today. Ooh, live minnows. Is it lunchtime already? Nature's candy. Oh.
At Founders Brewing, we asked ourselves, what if we brewed a beer perfect for any occasion? A beer that makes a weekday feel more like the weekend, and the weekend feel more like an adventure. What if we brewed a beer that brought us together and allowed us to be ourselves? A beer that is just as much of a companion as it is a reward at the end of the journey. What if we explored the unknown together and found a new way? What if we celebrated taste and flavor and life's simple pleasures? And what if we brewed a beer that could go where you go without slowing you down? What if? Founders All Day IPA. Low ABV and full flavor that goes where you go. Chase your what if.
All right, Brian. Torpedo today. We've got the Ike Live tiny boat out. I want to tell you, this is not just for electric-only reservoirs. It's for other things as well. Today is a great example. Where are we? What are we going to take this thing through today?
The Upper Susquehanna.
Upper Susquehanna River.
That's right.
Current, rock,
Lots of
nasty
it.
bottom,
Yep.
and we're going to use Torpedo.
Everybody else running jet drives. We've got the rock guard on the Torpedo. We're going to some small spots. We're gonna get in there. We're going to make it happen.
There you go.
Let's go.
Shallow water, speed, strength, power. Come on, let's go.
Consistency. And we're back. Jake is AFK. Braz. Where's Braz? Where's Dave? Mike? Oh, there you are.
Okay. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday. I know we are. We've got a brand new Ike Live show for you tonight. Man, it's been a good one. Just had our first segment. We had Vegas the Hammer on. Also, Becky and Stella joined us for a little bit. Do a little catch-up. Dave? Catch-up. Dave, we've got two guests coming up. Very, very excited to have these guys on. Bobby Lane, Justin Lucas, both coming on. Two of the biggest, I would argue, two of the biggest names in the sport right now. But here's the thing I want to say. Both very down-to-earth guys. You know what I mean? Very down-to-earth guys, and I like that. Bobby just won a big championship event just a couple weeks ago. Won the Red Crest. And Justin Lucas coming off of not one but two second-place finishes back-to-back. Dude, is that a roll or what?
Dude, two dudes that hang out with each other, killing it like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Just a couple of dudes.
It's a roll. It's a roll. I'll give these guys credit too. Here's the other thing, Brian. You know, I'm very, very particular about like when I get into a tournament mentality.
Yeah.
Like I get like so zoned into what I'm doing. Like I don't want like outside anything. Like I don't even want to make a call home sometimes because I'm so like zoned into what I'm doing.
That's correct.
Dude, both these guys are getting ready to fish derbies.
Yeah.
MLF event coming up, and they're here joining us on the show.
I mean,
So that's awesome.
Either one of them would show up at Pizza Hut bare feet.
Probably right. Well, probably right. Definitely would.
Ready to hang.
Definitely good. Regular guys, which I like a lot. Brian, I'd like to get them on, man. I know they got derbs to fish here, so I want to get them on before it gets too late.
All right, well, we're ready, buddy.
Okay, joining us now via satellite from somewhere in Oklahoma. Where they at? Oklahoma? No, they're in
the Ozarks.
The Ozarks. We've got Bobby Lane, Justin Lucas joining us on Ike Live. Yes. What's up, guys?
What up, guys?
How you doing?
We're doing real good right now. Let me explain the situation, Ike.
Okay, I want to hear it.
Lucas was supposed to do chipotle bowls tonight, and he forgot to get the salsa. Instead, I was going to do the ribeyes tomorrow night. He just pan-seared 2 giant ribeyes, caramelized onions, and potatoes.
Ooh.
So we are fat and saucy tonight.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
Now, see, I like the sound of that. I'm a big believer that the night before the tournament starts or the night before practice starts, you should have a good meal to get you through the week. Do you guys believe that as well?
Oh, let me tell you, this meal, these were prime ribeyes. These weren't the little, just buy the one that has a little bit of marble in them. These things were like 1.25 inches. Yeah. If you believe in it, Ike, then I got a camera in the morning also. This guy gets the day off, but I should be lighting that score tracker up if you believe in a good meal, because that thing was legit.
Well, I'm going to be watching tomorrow because I think you're both going to catch them in this tournament. All right, first things first. Where are you guys staying? Lucas, I know you like to do the RV thing a little bit. Looks like you guys are in a house. You staying together this week? Talk about your lodging this week.
Yeah, I got scared during COVID a few years ago and sold the RV. I didn't know what was going to happen, so I bailed on that thing, and then we've just been doing Airbnbs ever since, and it works out great.
Yeah,
we both love to cook, and we love to eat good, so we always make sure we've got a full kitchen and load up on groceries before, and we never go out to eat hardly. We're always cooking. So
we are like 1.5 miles from Osage Beach boat ramp at Lake of the Ozarks here. So
that's
it's
awesome.
Like perfect.
That's awesome. I want to talk a little bit about the lodging itself, because for me, when I look back on my career, that changed as my career, grew. I can remember, my first couple years at the invitationals trying to qualify for the tour. Dude, you're sleeping in the rattiest hotels. As your career gets a little better, and then you're staying in better hotels, right? The Holiday Inn Express instead of the Red Roof Inn. And then now you're at Airbnbs, you're at VRBOs, you're staying at like Biggie Small houses, you're mini mansions, McMansions. I want to hear, Lucas, start with you. Bobby, next after that. Give us your worst lodging story ever from your career. Like the worst thing you've ever slept in, the worst place. I want to hear them.
Mine was at Kentucky Lake, and it was bad, dude. There was. I'm pretty sure there were hookers and stuff. Dude, like, I heard girls outside and random knocks on random doors all night long, and it was called like the Lucky Charm something.
Yeah, the name gave it away to the hookers right there.
Itch and scratch. Paying $40 for that place, and it was like, man, I would have been better off in my truck on the side of the interstate.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was
God.
Bobby, I'm sure. I'll say another one too, real quick. My buddy and I went down to Okeechobee, got there at midnight.
Yeah.
We were told the wrong hotel, apparently, and woke up in the morning. I hop in the shower right away. It's 5 a.m. Got hardly any sleep, whatever. Get out of the shower. My buddy's like, dude, look at my back. I got blood on me. And I'm like, blood on you? But like, this place was a rat. Like, dude, rat hole. Like, we left all our stuff on the kitchen counter in the hotel.
Oh my God.
The pillowcases look like desert fatigue camo.
Put anything on the floor. So he says, does he have blood on him? And I'm like, no, you don't have blood on you, dude. But like, why? And he goes, look at my bed. And he pulls the sheet back a little further, and all these bugs go running. There's little blood. And dude, so I didn't know any better. I didn't know nothing about bed bugs. So I'm like, I'm like, dude, you got bed bugs. Oh my gosh. And he's like, well, how about you? I'm like, I'm good. I just got out of the shower. I'm good. He goes and pulls back my covers. Freaking bugs going everywhere.
Oh my God.
Dang, dude.
Dude, that's bad.
We packed everything up and got out of there real quick.
That's bad. Bobby, give us one, man. I know you've got 1,000 of them too.
I do, but I can't top the bed bugs. I promise you.
No.
You guys remember Derek Rimmets? I used to run with him a little bit.
Yeah.
Me and him were coming back. I actually think it was from Kentucky Lake, and we grabbed a place somewhere, one of them America's Best Inn or one of the Value Inns or something. I walked in and I said, Rimmets, this place doesn't smell right. He says, if you drink it, it'll smell fine. And anyways, I went to sleep and the air conditioner started making a ton of noise and like this awful smell come out. And I was like, golly, man, I don't know if I can do this. And it was mildew and it was like growing walls. It was horrible. And I remember about 2 o'clock that morning, I, for some reason, slapped my forehead and it was a roach in the palm of my hand. And I went and kicked Rimmets, and I'm like, dude, I don't care if you're sleeping or what. We are out of here like now. And we left at like 3 o'clock that morning. But since then, my wife says, it's safety before anything now. So it's, the Hamptons, the Fairfields, but didn't have the bed bugs, but I definitely had a shot of mildew, and it lasted for weeks after that.
Yeah. Well, it's well deserved.
Ike, what's yours? I got to hear one. Ike, you have the same road we did. Let's have yours.
Oh man, I've got so many. This is actually Brian the Carpenter. This is a whole entire series we could do. We could do an Ike Live series based on this, but. I have, like Justin, I have some with hookers for sure. I've had some. One was in Palatka where I had, like a drugged up dude trying to break into my room. He followed my cord from my boat, and he's banging on my door, and he saw my plates. I had Jersey plates, and he's like banging on my door. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like. So I crack it open. I still had the chain, on. And he's like, I'm originally from Trenton. Now, that was a pretty bad one.
That was it.
But I had another one with the bugs in South Carolina. And we rented a house. John Cruz rented it, so he gets all the blame. Shout out to John Cruz. And he rented a hoarder's house. So dude, this is amazing. We get into this house, and there is stuff piled floor to ceiling in all the rooms. Dude, I opened the kitchen thing, with the utensils. Dude's got 30 can openers, He's got like just, he's an actual hoarder.
But when you walked in, did you do your normal grab your stomach and bend over laughing thing that you do?
I mean, it was bad, but here's what it was. So we end up having roaches, just like Bobby, you had roaches. So we saw a couple roaches. So John calls the guy, and the guy lives like not far, and he comes by, and John's like, "Yo, man, what kind of place did you rent? Look, you got roaches in here," and he goes. They're not roaches. They're palmetto bugs.
Yeah.
Tried calling them palmetto bugs. So I don't know. They were freaking roaches.
And they're like
to
the
me.
size of like a key.
Yeah.
Those things, dude. They're huge.
Oh yeah, they were roaches. They were roaches. But I've got some bad ones. But things are better. Things have changed for you guys. Justin, I want to corner you on something.
Mike, we got a guy on the message board.
Oh, we do. Let's get one. What do we got?
Andre wants to know if Justin, did you stay at a haunted house? Maybe see some ghosts in Maryland?
Oh.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. Too.
Oh, no. Lay it out, Justin.
Wait a minute. We got a ghost story
You're
now.
amongst friends, Justin.
The quick one of that is I booked that place on Airbnb, and it was on a farm in Maryland over in Indian Head or whatever. Oof. And got there, and the 75-year-old man met me there, and he kind of had this like just eerie, thing about him. And he's like, we're gonna switch you over to my mother-in-law's house. I'm like thinking, your mother-in-law is still alive? Like,
oh shit, dude. Good point.
And he said, yeah, she's gone. And anyways, he walks me through this house that was built in. Dude, I don't want to misquote, but I swear he said 1750 something.
That was around for the wars. Okay.
Hell yeah.
The guy that built the house built it for his daughter, and it's been in their family ever since. And the guy he was telling me was friends with George Washington and all this.
Holy shit!
So it was like there was some creepy photos. There was Civil War guns and swords, and dude, if Cal Lane, Bobby's nephew, if he hadn't stayed with me that week, I was out. Like I couldn't have done it.
Wow.
It was a scary place.
Now, is that the that's not the tournament you won on the Potomac?
No.
That was last year, actually, in the pro circuit.
Okay.
And I remember Cal calling me and is like, Uncle Goof, I swear there's ghosts in this place. And I'm like, what? He goes, we are in the middle of nowhere. Like, if those two weren't together, they would have never survived. It was two or none.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have stayed. And the creepy part was the guy would come at like 9 o'clock at night and just knock real quick and walk in. And Cal's like, no, dude, that ain't right. So he went and got his gun out of the truck, and I'm like,
jeez, right with a lantern in his hand.
If that dude walks in at the wrong time, there's gonna be problems.
But Justin, did you see any like apparitions or hear anything?
Spirits, vapors, poltergeist.
The first night, I was so scared that I slept so bad. I woke up in the morning and I felt hungover. I had a drink of anything, but I felt like just really bad hungover.
That's spirit energy drains you, man.
And I'm trying to fish, and it was just like total worthless day. But I was so tired after that I slept a lot better until we had an off day, and then I got to sleep in. Then I was well rested, and then the night before the tournament, was all freaked out again, waiting to hear something or see something. But I never did. But if you were gonna see something, dude, that was the place. Like
that whole area is a huge.
There's a lot of history there.
Huge area for people that go and search those types of things.
Right. There's a lot of history there.
Massive.
People would love to search this house.
Wow. Well, do me a favor. Send me the link to that place so I never book it on the Potomac tournament. Make sure
it wasn't even the right booking, dude. The other place, like, he was like, yeah, we're going to take you from there and put you in here. But when I saw the other place, I'm thinking, oh, this is an upgrade, But no.
I actually stayed at the Belle Alton that week, Mike, and the cats have multiplied twice.
Oh, man. That place is crazy.
Dude, the Belle Alton is still there?
Still there.
Oh, my God.
Still there. Thousands of cats. Yeah.
It was 500 cats, and now there is 1,000 cats. They would literally walk in your room if you left the door open.
Yeah, there's something special about that hotel, though, Bobby. I mean, think about
Brings luck.
It's a lucky hotel. You've had some good finishes staying there. I've had some good ones. I've won one staying there. I don't know. There's something about that place. Yeah.
I won 2. What were they back then? Everstarts.
Yeah.
I won back-to-back years staying at that special place. That one year, the power went out, and I remember eating raw hot dogs on a bun. No, the guy came in and plugged the generator in, and my microwave worked, and I heated up hot dogs, and I ate like 5 of them every night with Wonder White bread or whatever.
That's good.
Whatever, it worked. I mean, I ended up catching them really, really good. But there is something special about that place. I always stay there, but I stayed there last year, and I almost finished dead last in the pro circuit. So you know where Justin's staying, and I guess maybe I need to get like upgrade a little bit in the Bell Alton.
Yeah. I mean, the lobby of the Bell Alton feels like you're in the purgatory of the movie Beetlejuice.
Oh yeah,
like when you walk in there.
Oh, it does.
Like
yeah,
there's that weird smell of like mothballs and cat pee.
urine. Yeah, I love it. Here's the thing. This is funny. So we definitely have a lot of young anglers that listen to this show live, watch it post-show, a lot of aspiring fishermen. I think you guys, through those stories, have just scared away a good 2,000 kids from wanting to do this for a living. You probably saved them, to be honest with you. So, so thank you guys for the honest stories. Justin, I wanted to quarter you real quick about how life's changed for you a little bit with having 2 kids now. Talk a little bit about that. Bobby, we've been through it. Our kids are older. They're grown. I want to hear it from you. How's life changed for you a little, Justin? How's touring changed? Talk a little bit about that.
Oh, man, the first couple of weeks with the second was very interesting.
Yeah.
That was hard, dude. But thankfully we planned, and had both of our kids in the fall. But pretty much when I'm not fishing a tournament, I'm at home and I don't fish Gunnersville ever now, pretty much. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But my older guy, he's 4.5 now. He's getting old enough that I can start taking him. So we'll be able to go to the lake. But literally for the last couple of years, I have not fished Gunnersville, but I bet you 10 or 11 days in 2 years.
Wow.
Because when I'm home, especially doing 2 different tours, it's like when I'm home, I got to spend time with my family.
That's right. Yeah.
Caught up with just family time, man. You miss them. It's hard being away. And when they send you pictures and everything, or you come back and they've changed or they're acting different or look different or whatever.
Yeah.
So
I'll throw this one in there, right? Because you got to have a little humor in it. But his new one absolutely hates the car seat.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I am talking raising royal hell in the car seat.
Once out.
Bree's not here this week, so
yeah.
We had enough of the car seat, man.
That's awesome.
We're waiting until June until he gets back in that thing.
That's awesome. Let me remind everybody watching, we've got Justin Lucas, Bobby Lane on. If you got a question or a comment, please send them through. Jake, we got anything coming through? You want to shoot one through?
We got 2 of them.
Okay.
We got a general one for you and both the guys.
Okay.
Everybody sitting here is an Abu guy.
Abu guy. That's right. Yeah, 3 Abu guys.
If you had one combo to pick, what's your favorite?
Oh, that's a good one. All right, fellas, let's start with you. Bobby, we're going to start with you. Go to Justin, and then I'll answer it last.
Yeah, and I'm going to probably steal Justin's, but dude, you can't go wrong with the Fantasista X, 7-foot, medium heavy, all around the best jig, spinnerbait, just hands-on rod you could ever use. And I'm going to go with the ALX, dude. You can't beat it. 15-pound, 100% Berkeley fluorocarbon. You can do so much with that rod. And reel, it just makes perfect sense.
I like it. Justin, give me one you have to have.
I'm going to say the 7-foot medium heavy Fantasista X spinning rod.
Ooh.
And the new Xenon spinning reel. That's my jam. I love that thing.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. I'm going to go with the new baitcaster that they have. And I got one at the we did a tackle warehouse shoot down in Florida at the beginning of the season, and they gave me one. So I own one. But that reel is
I got
banging.
one. I got
Dude,
two.
dude,
I got two. I'm the lucky.
Wow, Bobby Lee got
Dude,
two.
that reel is like real deal. Like I cannot wait for I cannot wait to get more because I still have one. I
Have
really
you ever seen handles so cool in your life? I mean, really, like
Yeah.
I got the fucking reel and then I got the 8. But dude, the hand. I let Lucas look at it every tournament. He's like, just let me cast it again, or let me just look at it. And he throws it, and he's like, golly, I just love this thing. And I'm like, well, you can give it back now. And it'll be good.
they're hard.
They are. Those things are sick.
Hey, Bob. Charles, Mike's sales guy, is hiding behind his love seat right now, knowing you got 2 and Mike's only got 1.
They're hard to get. They're hard to get.
Hard to get.
They are hard to get. I want to take that question one step further, though, and I'd like to put a spin on it, and we'll do it in the same order. Guys, give me one Berkeley bait that you have to have. One Berkeley bait. I know there's so many good ones out there, but give me one Berkeley bait that you have to have, you have to own. Give it to me. Bobby, start.
Bobby.
Dude, it's simple for me lately. It's Fritz Side 5 HD Brown is my absolute new favorite.
Yeah.
And all the colors are awesome, but the bait alone is a win-win.
I'd agree with that. Let me just mention we had Vegas on, my son, on the first segment. He caught that winning fish in his tournament on the 5 what's the red one? Not with the orange belly though. It's like red, like the candy red one. I can't remember the color. Yeah,
red.
Candy apple red. Vegas caught that on the Fritz Side 5 candy apple red. It's a good bait, man. That thing's the real deal.
Really good bait.
Yeah. Justin, give me one.
Flatworm, baby.
Flatworm. You've done pretty well with that bait the last few years.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Do you ever, like, the flatworm thing, like, after you won those tournaments, you could not get them. Like, I had people calling me saying, oh, yeah, you got to give me a bag. I'm like, I can't get them. I don't have them. I start looking on eBay. After you won those few tournaments, Justin, I don't know if you knew this, but they were going for $20 to $25 a bag on eBay. Do you wish you would have got some kind of royalty off of that? Just a little. Like you could have called John and been like, give me 1% of off of that, John, or something, you know?
I knew that was happening because I got a buddy actually that lives down by the Potomac that texted me a screenshot of his sold auction. He sold 50 bags for like $1,150.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Thing. Well, one guy bought all of them.
That's incredible.
The hell's that dude's problem?
I don't think there's ever been a soft plastic that's brought that kind of money.
Yeah.
He drives with a mask by himself.
Yeah. Yeah. he might. I'm going to go real quick, and I'm just going to say I'm going to also go Max Scent because Max Scent, like the funny thing, and I've mentioned this on the show before, when Max Scent first came out, I was like, it's great for smallmouth. But I am becoming a believer that largemouth like it just as good. I really am becoming a believer in that. So I'm going to go 6-inch general Max Scent. You got to have it. You could do a lot of stuff with it. So I'm going to go to general. Bobby, I want to jump to you real quick. You're coming.
Well, hold on.
Yeah. Oh, we got another question.
No, I was just going to point out that Jake was part of gouging people for flatworms.
Oh, Jake was part of gouging.
What was the
people.
most you got for a bag of flatworms that you gouged people for?
Yeah.
$12, but it was the good color.
Oh, $12.
Brownback, $12.
Brownback.
Yeah.
Was that the going price?
Good color.
That was $12, and I know the guy. He helped me out. You know what I mean?
Oh. Now, you mean that's what I paid?
Yeah, you remember that, Brian?
Wow.
I just remember I didn't ask any prices, and he told me how much, and I was like, damn.
$12 a bag.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I paid. That's what I paid. And,
One better than that, my dad got them
Thanks.
way early, and I told him, give me those bags. I'll buy you double when I can get them back in stock.
Yeah.
And I was going to put them up for the $25, $30 a bag. And he was like, I need them. And then they sat in the box for the whole year in the garage, made no money, no investment.
Yeah.
And now he has no bags of flatworms left.
Man, it's a good bait. It's a good bait.
That's what we're doing with here.
Yep.
He's a shark, dude.
That's it. You got it. You got a business
fucking
mind.
Elon Musk of tackle. This
Elon Musk of tackle over here. That's good.
He don't care.
Bobby, you coming off a big win. I want to jump into that a little bit. Let me start by saying this, and I'm not just because you're on the podcast, not just because I consider you a friend, but I want to tell you this, dude. I was rooting for you big time, like, and a lot of people were. A lot of people in South Jersey here were like on the edge of their chair in that event, watching you, and when you won. Dude, it was a great thing. Because,
saved bass fishing.
Yeah, you saved bass fishing. It's nice when a good guy wins, right? You know, when it's your time to win, you win, and that's the way it is. And sometimes the guys that win are douchebags. Sometimes they're good guys, and you're a good guy, and it was awesome. Universal applause for Bobby Lane for that win, guys.
The Phil McConkey of bass fishing.
Yeah.
Bobby!
It was awesome. But here's the other thing that I loved about the win, and then I want you to talk about it a little bit. You beat that fucking forward-facing sonar. Yes!
Bobby!
Yes! Shout out to Just Fishing and not using that fucking thing. Yes!
I'm clapping to that one.
Yes.
Woo! Yes.
Talk
Yes,
about,
indeed.
dude. Talk about the win a little bit. Had to be. I mean, you've won a lot in your career, but that had to be a big one for you. Talk about it, man.
That was the biggest one ever. I mean, you're right. I've won a few times, and those have always been. Anytime you win. If you win anything, it's super cool, you know?
Yeah.
You know, Major League has had Red Crest for 2 years now, and it was kind of show up at the boat ramp, and the winner got a trophy, and off we went. You know, this was our big time. This was our big show. And to have it in Tulsa, we didn't know what to expect. We were all kind of, you know, like, wow, what's going to happen? And I told my wife when we went to the gifting suite, and the angler dinner, I said, Madeline, this feels real. And she's like, she hasn't been to any of it yet. She just flew in. And I said, I'm telling you, it feels real to me.
Yeah.
And she goes, like the old days? And I said, absolutely. This feels just like the classic, the any major tournament I've ever been in. This is as good as it's gotten. And, you know, once it was all over, let me tell you, the limo ride, stepping out in the paparazzi, having that huge crowd there, that's what did it for me.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted it. That's the way I pictured a big win, the confetti, the explosions, the fireworks. And, you know, my brother being a classic champion like you, Ike, in 2012, Chris was, and the Red River there. And to watch him hug me like he did, and to have him share that moment that I shared with him in the Bassmaster Classic. I think he's been waiting, you know, 10 years now to give me that hug, and to have my family there. This is the first Red Crest that my family actually attended. This is the first one. My brother was actually there at weigh-in, and the way that it went down, I don't think he could have wrote the script any better. So all in all, man, it's life-changing, number one, and it's still emotional to this point, just as it was the day that I won.
Man, that's awesome. Championships are hard to win. I don't care what circuit you're fishing. It was an awesome win to watch it. How good does it feel to add a world championship, to add one to the family? You know, you look at families in bass fishing over the years. You look at the Hibdons. You know, there's other ones, but dude, with you and Chris winning two like that, that's gotta feel good.
Well, you know, kudos to my mom and dad. I mean, they birthed us and they let us live our dream. I mean, that's what it was all about. They could have. I mean, I had a scholarship to Virginia Tech to go play soccer, and Chris could have. Well, he couldn't have done anything, but he was. But you know, I blew my knee out my junior year in high school, and had the ACL and all that, and it led me to, you know, we both kind of just metered around with some little bit of college, and we just loved fishing. And he started back in the BFL days. I watched him go to the regionals, and I'm like, I think I can do that too. And off our careers went, you know, and it's definitely had its bads and its goods, but you know, for both of us to be world champions, I think the Lane name is strong. We got Cal Lane coming up right behind us.
Yeah.
The kid's coming off a 10 grand check in Pickwick last week. So it's it's really cool when, just like last week, man, me, Justin, Chris, and Cal, we all got to room together. We played cards, we cut it up. I mean, it's like things just don't get any better, minus not having my family there, of course.
Yeah.
But it's cool to be a world champion. It's for my brother to be a world champion. And we're kind of, I'm hoping setting the stage for the young guys. I'd love to see some more young guys get in this thing and be brothers. And, Matt Lee could win one, and Jordan's already gotten his. So I don't think there's a whole lot of other brothers that are knocking on the door right now besides those two. But that win was super special. And like I said, to have Chris there was super cool. And Justin and Chris were actually on their way out of town. They both turned around, left town 45 minutes. They were on the road. They did U-turns and hauled butt straight back to the expo.
That's awesome.
You
That
freaking
is
came out of
awesome.
nowhere and won it, dude. Nobody, with
Yeah,
an hour to go, it's kind of like, okay, and then bam,
Like
bam,
always,
bam,
kind of
bam.
like myself is that Phil Mickelson. I like to get myself in the rough.
Yeah.
I like to make a birdie or an eagle and show them that being in the rough isn't such a bad place to be sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely him.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Who's the better golfer out of you two while we're talking about birdies?
Oh, that's a good question.
For sure.
Yeah, I can take him. Chris would be a little bit. Chris is right there. But yeah, Justin is good to have on the course for sure. But he's so competitive, and he's actually got a real. His brother played on the Corn Ferry Tour.
Oh yeah.
What
tour? So Kevin Lucas played on the Corn Ferry Tour, so he's got it in him. We just fish so much that we don't get any chances to play golf much.
Bob, for people that don't know, like, what's that level, the Corn Ferry Tour?
I'll let Justin explain that when he knows it.
It's AAA, same as Toyotas or Bass Opens.
But why'd they call it that?
That's a sponsor.
Oh.
Of Corn. It used to be whatever, the Nike Tour, or, I don't know,
all right.
whatever, web.com.
I think
it's
the
gone
top
through different names.
5 in the points actually qualify for the PGA.
Top 25.
Top 25.
Yeah.
So it's
Wow.
similar to what we're, top 10 in the points, blah, blah, blah. But
Corn
if
Ferry.
you can solidify yourself on the Corn Ferry Tour, then you get a crack at the PGA Tour.
Wow.
Wow.
Word is bond.
That's crazy. I gotta say though, you guys rooming together, you guys spending some time together. I think it's wearing off on both of you. Justin, I said it before you guys came on, dude. What a roll you are on this year. Freaking 2 second place finishes in your last 2 tournaments. Here's the funny thing. I'm a fan of all the tournaments. So even though I'm fishing bass again, dude, I watch like every event, all the Toyotas, all the MLFs. I'm watching them like crazy live and everything else. And in both those tournaments, dude, normally a guy gets second, he's like pissed off, he's mad, he's dejected, he's throwing shit. Oh, fuck, I had to win and fish.
Yeah, it's a mistake.
Yeah, it's a mistake.
Yeah.
But dude, I see it. With those last 2 finishes you had, I'm looking at your body language and I'm like, nah, dude. I'm like, Justin's fucking. He's in that zone. He's rolling. He's happy. Talk a little bit about that, because you seem like you're in a really good place. Are you just putting on a good act, or are you in a really good place right now?
I mean, of course you're pissed, dude. Especially but at the same time, I know what's done is done. You can't change that crap.
Yeah.
You fish, it's done. So I lost a big one that would have easily won in heavy hitters, but I never had the bite at Pickwick. I knew in my gut I needed one more bite, and I just didn't get it.
Yeah.
So honestly, I'm just having a freaking blast. Like, I'm just going out there having a really good time fishing, enjoying every minute of it. People don't see that I still have struggle periods throughout the days and stuff,
Yeah.
Oh, I see them. I get to see the struggle periods. I see the come in here and the bar stools are laying on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes.
Oh, that's
I'm
my.
like, what happened? He's like, oh, this place sucks.
Oh
And I'm
man,
like,
that's my style right there. I like it.
No sauteed onions or top line ribeye. Right?
Just having a good time. We're just having fun.
All right, I'm asking you this, Justin, for selfish purposes, because I'm having a really off year. I'm probably having one of the worst seasons I've ever had in my career. how did you get to the place you're at now? I mean, I've been there before. I've gotten in those roles when you feel like, you can't make a mistake, things are happening good. And then you get into those years where everything's wrong. How did you get to where you're at now? Is it just fishing a lot? Is it just good decisions? Is it positive thinking? How did you get to where you're at now?
Well, I think it's a couple things. Because I've been there too. I've had bad years.
Yeah.
I'm a very momentum guy. I'll miss 2 or 3 checks and then get several in a row, whatever, you know. But I missed the first 2 this year, Sam Rayburn and Darbone, and I finished bad, like 101 and 78. That was one of the times Bobby got to hear me about Sam Rayburn. I was pissed. But especially because he caught him and he made it look so easy. Freaking, what were you doing? But anyway, dude, I went out. I thought to myself at Lake Fork before we started that tournament, I thought, what do you do good? How do I normally do good in tournaments? And it's generally fishing slower, a lot of times with soft plastic, or even slower with topwater, different things. But so I put all soft plastics on the deck of my boat at Fork, and the first morning of practice, I just kept them in my hands, and I finally stumbled into a couple bites. And that's when my confidence for this year just changed instantly. Right. I had one good day of practice, transferred it into the tournament, had a top 10. And then since then, just have kind of been able to keep it going. So, but I'll say this too. Mark Rose told me a long time ago, I'll never forget this, when I was a co-angler, I asked him, how do you fish out of a slump? And he said, the only way to get out of a slump is to fish your way out of it.
Right.
And so, I always try, and that's why we're doing both tours, like signing up, fishing 12, 13, 14, 15 events, I'm good with, because I know that that'll give me my chance to hit a good tournament and then keep that momentum going.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna throw this in there because I am not even close to where his level is. The guy is amazing on his units. Let me tell you, he can find stuff that nobody else fishes. And I'm not going to say what it is or what he's using, but because that's a drop kick. But he is very, very precise on his units, and he can turn any fishery into something really good that nobody's even considering. He's that good with his units.
Yeah. Yeah, it's important. That's an important part of the sport. I think it's something that I'm lacking.
How do you up your unit game?
I was gonna say I used to be a lot better with my unit too, but as you get older,
As you get older, you don't use your units as much.
Mean,
blue chews, guys. Blue chews will change your life.
Yeah, blue chews. Yeah.
All right.
I don't know.
40 milligrams.
40 milligrams.
Do you start there or do you work up to that?
Nah, you're 18 years old with 40 milligrams.
Justin, do you concur? Or are we talking different stuff?
Just too young for that. He doesn't need
Charles,
that shit.
You got to call blue chews.
I'm still good, bro.
Now, Bobby probably needs some, but Justin don't need none of that.
Why am I getting another?
I got a hot wife. I'm all good.
Okay. I have to ask you guys this while you're on there. How's things at MLF? How's the MLF tour? From afar, things look great. How's things going? How's the atmosphere at Major League Fishing? How's all that stuff?
You want to go?
Yeah, I'll take it. The first part of it, why not? Like I said, Red Crest was a huge, huge win for us, Mike. It really was. Literally, we weighed in at boat ramps, or not weighed in, but we did the venue at the boat ramps. That was it. Hardly anybody show up. You sign a couple autographs, and I'm going to say this year, I know at Darbone, it was huge. Literally hundreds of people at the boat ramp at Caney Creek there. I know Justin has a story at Heavy Hitters. I didn't make the championship, but he can tell you about that one. But our fan base seems to really be growing. Yeah. Our fans at the boat ramp, our fans at places that we're going now are starting to show up, and it's something that we really truly needed. And you could feel everybody's want for that. I mean, we go to St. Lawrence and nobody's at the ramp, and you guys go a week later and there's thousands of people.
Yeah.
Simply because we're running 50 miles to get back or 20 miles, and nobody knows when you're coming in. So
Right.
Things are really starting to pick up. I've been very, very impressed at the boat ramps. We've been signing a lot of autographs when we come back to the boat ramp for sure. And Justin can tell you heavy hitters, that was a big one there too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it was a Thursday afternoon. I didn't expect anybody to be there, but got back and there's probably 600-700 people there, like waiting to get autographs on a Thursday at 4 p.m.
A lot of high school kids
That's good.
coming
That's
out.
good to hear.
Yeah,
That
that
was
is
just
good.
really good.
I think it's good though, dude. I mean, the morale over here is good right now. I would say there's of course guys that'll always. What I've learned is there's guys that are always going to complain about something.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we pay 40 grand to fish over here. It wasn't what we signed up for, but we're still guaranteed 30 grand back. So I have this platform that I'm risking $10,000 of my own money to promote my sponsors. That's how one thing's never changed in fishing. If you can catch fish and promote sponsors, you can make good money.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
we do have a great platform to promote your sponsors, and it's a little risk to do it. So from a business standpoint, I'm happy. The format, for me, I didn't like the 1 pound minimum. I was pretty firm on that. I think we even talked about it before, Ike. But for me, changing to the 2 pound was a big deal for me because I love targeting bigger fish. Even though I fish with the spin rod a lot, I love catching big fish. I finished second in heavy hitters points last year, or weight, got second most weight out of everybody for big fish throughout the year. So I love catching big ones. And when we have our minimum now, most of the time at 2 pounds, we can do that, and nobody's running off with 40, 50 fish anymore. Like those days are done, and we're catching giants everywhere we go. I mean, freaking Randy Howell caught almost a 13 pounder.
Yeah, that was incredible.
And or whatever. We're catching toads. So
Yeah.
it's fun. We're going to good places. Palestine was cool. Caney and all that was cool, even though I didn't get to fish it. So that's the one thing about MLF that I like is the little bit smaller field. You can go to some of these places where you'd never be able to go with 100 boats, or 110.
Yeah, there's definitely, I can tell you this, there's definitely things I miss about MLF. I think that format's exciting. I liked some of the rules there. There are things I miss there. And I can tell you from a fan base perspective, and this goes back before I even decided to come back to bass, when I was sort of surveying the fans are very hardcore. There's fans that love bass, fans that love MLF, you know what I mean? There's a very distinct line that a lot of the fans draw, but I think MLF, and I'm being honest here, I think MLF attracts new fans more because of the format, right? The traditional fans that have watched it for a long time, they like bass.
So
but
younger kids coming
I
up
think younger
are
kids
gravitating
coming up,
towards MLF.
I think so. I think
Interesting.
I think younger kids, and I think a lot of people that have never fished before can look at MLF and relate to that a little bit more. So I think there's different fan bases. But here's what I wanted to say to you real quick. I believe that the leagues at some point, wouldn't it be great if you could fish the BPT and the elites and not have any conflicts and not have Bobby, wouldn't it be great if you could fish both top tours and not have any conflicts? Dude, it would be great for you. It would be great for your sponsors. It would be great for the fans. And I say this almost every time we talk about this dumb topic. We've talked about it so many times, but it has to happen. And I feel like we're obligated to make it happen, right? There shouldn't be a fight between bass and MLF. I know there's only so many weeks in the year, but dude, we're pro anglers. We should have the opportunity to fish both top tours. And I hope that happens one day. Round of applause, Brian Carpenter, for that statement. Would you guys agree with that? Would you fish both?
Justin are fishing the pro circuit. I love that five fish weigh-in. I love going on stage, and I mean that's the way we grew up. So we're both fishing the pro circuit along with my brother and Cal. But
Cal Norton.
and several other MLF pros.
Yeah.
But it was hard to get rid of, and it was fun to get back to the pro circuit for sure. But I'm with you. That would be a lot of tournaments. But why wouldn't you be able to just kind of pick and choose what you wanted to fish, and you take your top 8 events or something, kind of like golf? You know, you play a certain amount of tournaments, and the FedEx Cup points kind of kick in where they are.
Somebody carries your rods around for you.
Yeah, rod caddy.
You wear spikes on grass and walk.
I would like
but
that.
you need spikes to walk on grass.
I would like that.
And you call yourself an athlete.
Yeah,
I love it.
Let me ask you both this, just straight up.
Like
let
golf.
me ask you both this. If Jim Wilburn and Boyd Duckett said, "You guys, we're not going to conflict schedules. You guys can go fish both tours if you want." Bobby, would you fish bass and MLF? Justin, would you fish both if you could?
Yeah, I would. If there was like no problem doing it.
I would in a heartbeat. It would be a huge schedule because we're 7 and you guys are 9, right, Mike? 8?
Yes, I think 8 or 9.
Hey,
You're looking at me like I know. Why are you looking at me,
I don't even know.
He was looking for Becky.
So if you add in the championships and whatnot, that's going to put you at 17 or 18, which is super compact. I mean, I think this year we're fishing 7 and 6 plus a couple championships and heavy hitters, so we're at 15. But at 150% a go right here.
Yeah. Well, we love you guys at Bass Pro Tour.
You forgot
as well.
NPFL, Mike.
NPFL, yeah, I can't forget about that league.
You fish all 3 of them.
Yeah, fish all 3 of them. Let me remind you guys, we've got 2 amazing guests on tonight. Of course, we've got Bobby Lane, winner of the Red Crest Championship, on the phone, and also Justin Lucas. What do we got? We got a couple more questions before we let these
Yes,
these
Deb
guys
from
go.
Deb from St. Lawrence wants to know, Bobby, what's your favorite salad?
Deb from St. Lawrence.
Oh, you knew this was coming. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to give it to her, Mike. I'm going to give it to Deb. Deb makes the best salad in the world, and she is from St. Lawrence. I don't know what's all in it, but I think she spends 20 hours a day putting that thing together.
I think you're right. And there may or may not be a little bit of marijuana in that salad, but it's all natural.
It's all natural.
So it's okay.
It's from God.
It's from God. That's right. Jake, what do we got? We got a couple more for these guys before we let them go.
We get a question from Dale Jr. There was a trophy that was posted today, a team tournament trophy.
Yeah.
Chris
Lane, that's
Bobby
right.
Lane,
That's
Edwin
right.
Evers.
I did see that. First of all, what the hell is that? Why does MLF always have shit posted that nobody knows about? What? Bobby, do you want to answer? Justin, what the hell is this?
All right. That was the team series event. That was the pilot show, and which is now a legit thing. It was the pilot show. We aired it down in Florida. Edwin Evers, Skeet Reese, and Mark Rose were the captains. They had to pick 2 anglers from the whole group. Edwin picked me, and then, of course, he told me to pick somebody, and I picked my brother. We had Brent Ayler, Skeet Reese, Michael Neal, Brian Thrift, Andy Montgomery. I mean, we had the hammers.
Yeah.
And we ended up coming out on top at the end. Ended up getting them on a spin rocket, one of Justin's baits from Berkeley. Lit them up in the 3rd period and walked away with it there at the end. And we got a little check for it. And then at this last meeting, they called me, Edwin, and my brother up on stage, and they pulled this sheet down. And behind it were these 3 giant trophies. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
That's awesome.
It was super cool. So the new format is going to be the top 27 in points will be the captains. We will each pick 2 guys from the rest of the field, and that will be the new team series. There will be 3 of those and then a championship that's worth like $300,000. So it's a pretty neat, cool deal. And I'm going to tell you, everybody I've talked to has said watching you, your brother, and Edwin go through that thing was like on Bluetooth all day was super cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, will that be televised? Is that something we can watch? Is that something we can see on TV?
So it was televised right during Easter, and now you can go to MOTV to check it out. It's on MOTV now. But they said just listening to you and your brother work together all day might have been the coolest thing that I've ever watched in my life.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I do like that. I do like that MLF is trying a lot of new stuff and new formats and, you know, new tournaments like that. That's pretty awesome. All right. Before we let you guys go,
We got breaking news.
we have No, we don't breaking news.
Oh, we don't?
No.
Okay.
Before we let you guys go, both you guys have been on the show before, so you know this game. There is one game we play, and it's the Ike Live Rapid Fire Questions. You both played them before on the show. You know the rules. The only thing you can't do is you can't lie. We're going to ask you 5 questions, and you have to answer them honestly. Are you guys ready to play?
Yes! He was being honest.
I think that was a yes.
He won. He was being honest.
Yes.
He said no.
Yes. All right.
There's about 7 questions.
All right. Now, there's 5 questions.
We got to go rig rods for.
There's 5 questions. And we're going to split it up. We're going to make it fair. And by the way, guys, these questions, these are 5 questions. These came from Stormtrooper himself. So some of them are a little racy. Don't mind them. Stormtrooper, you know.
Oh, great.
Yeah, you know how it is. And so I'll just break them up. Bobby, we'll start with you. Okay. The question is,
So
Bobby, remember, this is from Stormtrooper. Bobby, what's worse, northeastern Karens moving to Florida, or what the hell does that say?
Sub-Saharan iguanas.
Sub-Saharan iguanas. I don't even know what the hell that is.
I told you they didn't like me.
That one's easy, moving to Florida.
The northern Karens moving to Florida is worse than the iguanas.
I'm going to take it over. You guys haven't laughed at me yet. I asked Mike to do it, but I'm going to do it anyway, all right?
All right, well, wait a minute. Did he get it right?
Yes.
The first question. He did it. Bobby, you're right on that.
Absolutely.
Northern Karens was the right answer.
That's correct.
Correct? Okay. This one's for Justin.
Stormtrooper helmet.
Justin, what is more annoying, Americans with Ukraine flags virtue signaling or middle-aged spectator men wearing Dave Lefebvre tournament jerseys at weigh-ins?
Middle-aged men.
For sure.
Dave, is that correct?
Absolutely.
Oh, it's correct! Justin, correct!
We've got a tie.
Bobby, did you fish bass?
I did.
Okay. What did you loathe more when being interviewed on stage? Feeling obligated to compliment your boat's sponsor's live wells? Or shaking Tripp's lap mannequin-sized hand?
Oh, that would be B.
That would be B with Tripp's hands. Is that correct?
Correct.
That's correct!
All right.
Trip Weldon's hands. Okay.
This question is for Justin. Justin, in our new world, what or would you like to identify as?
Oh, huh?
What or would?
Yeah, what or would you like to identify as?
Dude, I don't play that game.
All right, next question, Bobby.
Wait, was that correct?
That is incorrect.
That's
Bobby.
incorrect. That's not the right answer. Okay, we got a wrong one.
Bobby, who is hotter? A prime RuPaul or Caitlyn Jenner?
Oh, God.
Oh, my. Yeah, we're not going there either, guys. So, yep, I
Bobby
got
got
3 there. Justin's next.
Justin.
Hey, quick funny story for you. You guys will like this. Road tripping several years ago, I got bored. My buddy's driving, and I Google hot trannies and start asking my buddy if he thought these chicks were hot. And he's like, oh, yeah, hot, hot, hot. They're all hot. I'm like, dude, those are all trannies.
Yeah. I'm sure they were all Taiwanese. I fell for the same thing before, dude. Yeah, right? I knew it. All right.
Oh, man.
Next question, Justin. Whose original hammer was bigger, RuPaul or Caitlyn Jenner?
Good Lord, dude.
Dude, I don't know.
All right. All right, we're going to move off that topic, Bobby.
That is correct.
Bobby.
Yep.
Worst fill-in on the bump board official, Joe Biden or Hillary Clinton?
Oh, that's a good one.
My.
Working the bump board.
They were equal.
Equal.
It's not a keeper. And you lose your big one.
Yeah, and one will have you killed and the other won't figure it out.
That's good.
All right, that may be about it.
Is that it?
Hold on. Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
All right.
Congratulations, guys. Congratulations. I think we had 2 wrong.
No.
Wait.
Justin. Justin, for you. Justin, who would be a worse travel mate? Amber Heard with no bathroom around or Skeet Reese with no hair gel in sight?
Dude, that whole thing with Amber is just weird, so I'm going to go with her, dude.
Yeah. Dave,
I would not want her as a travel partner.
Dave, correct.
No, that's correct.
Amber Heard is correct. Amber Heard is correct. Amber Heard urination is correct.
No, I did not. This was a good thing they asked you because I'm clueless.
She took a dump in bed as like a joke.
Oh.
So, Bobby, despite Johnny Depp, she squatted over his side of the bed and pinched a loaf on his side of the bed like she was a chihuahua. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. It was in the trial. It was all over the place.
That's hardcore.
Oh. Yeah.
She admitted it.
She dropped the loaf. She admitted it. Right on his side of the bed.
Wow.
What the?
Yeah.
She
I mean,
pinched right there.
How do you get to that point in your life where you're like, yeah, I've done everything. You know what I haven't done?
Pinched in the bed.
He's like, yeah.
Dude, when you have everything, I listened to an interview with Jake the Snake Roberts, the old wrestler. When you have everything, everything else is boring, and only the outlandish shit becomes interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Thank you, guys. Fucking first thing you fucking left.
A Jake the Snake quote.
Yeah, and the Jake the Snake. Guys, thank you.
Hold on.
Yeah. What?
Did you not get my text?
No, I didn't get a text.
I sent you a text.
I didn't see it.
Well, okay.
Well, just what do you got, Bri?
Tell the man.
Well, Dave talked about it earlier. We've had Bobby on several times, and every time we have Bobby on, we forget to bring this up, that you shared a grass bed with Bobby on the Potomac.
Yes.
An event that I believe Bobby won.
At the mouth of the Mattawoman, yes.
Yes.
No, mouth of, what's that creek you drive over 95? Bobby, what'd you win that ever start?
Occoquan?
Occoquan, yeah, mouth of Occoquan.
Yeah.
Yep. Actually, I won one in Mattawoman and one in Chick.
Oh, there you go.
Well, when you did really well, maybe like 05, 06 at the mouth of Occoquan as well, at that island.
That is true.
Yeah.
That big hump out in front of.
Oh, is that the one that Clausen won?
He won it.
Oh, Bobby won it?
No, I don't know.
No, Clausen won that one. Ike, you finished second, and I was third in that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that year, I caught him in Belmont.
Belmont. That's what you're talking about. Dave.
That's
Belmont
where you're
Bay.
talking about. I caught him in the mouth of That's where you're talking about. I caught him in the Belmont.
Occoquan, Belmont, same thing.
Oh, okay. Belmont's that one that goes off to the right?
Yeah. I mean, that whole area is Belmont.
I called
Bay.
that Occoquan.
But you were on the winning fish, and you knew it.
I was on the winning fish. I knew it, and I was poor. I didn't have power poles, and the wind was blowing. Like, all leading up to practice, there was no wind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And in the tournament, you had to win.
But then I got there, and I couldn't catch any keepers. Everything I probably caught, I don't know, 25 fish.
Yeah.
None of the ones I was catching in practice, and the wind was whipping.
Okay.
And I remember seeing his wrapped boat.
Yeah.
Power pole down, and you were blown past him.
Power pole down. And
Dave was the boat blown past you.
Yeah, I was the one drifting.
The beautiful thing about that tournament was there was like 40 guys that started there, and the second, not many guys caught them the first day. In the second day, there was like 2 boats. The third day, there was only me, and then on the final day, it was only me. I mean, that's like going to the monkey box in Okeechobee and having it to yourself for once when all the fish are packed in one spot. It was really cool. the way that thing worked out.
Yeah,
But
awesome.
yeah, it did.
So glad it worked out for you.
That's one of the reasons Dave decided not to continue on with his quest in professional fishing. So you changed his life for the better, I think, Dave.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, who would want to fish every day?
Yeah,
for
who
a
wants,
living?
who would
wants to
wanna-
be a gypsy with the hookers and the bugs and all that stuff?
Yeah, who'd want to have bed bugs and
Right.
hookers?
Travel the country and see beautiful sunrises every
Sign
day.
autographs.
Yeah, and make millions of dollars and catch fish. Who wants to do that for a living?
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Boo.
Guys, I appreciate you coming on the show. Thanks for playing along too with that ridiculous dumb skit we just threw at you.
You made me do that skit. I was
I
minding
know
my
I did make you
business.
do it. I know I did make because it's funny. It is funny. Good luck at Lake of the Ozarks this week, guys. Your different groups will be watching. Justin, you only got to move up one spot from the last two events, so you're good there. Bobby, you don't need to do anything else for like 5 years. I hope you win another one, but you're good for like 5 years.
Yeah, you had enough.
You're covered.
Take it easy.
All right, and we are gonna from this podcast on, Mike, checks through the end of the year on the elites.
Yes. Yes.
10.
Thank you. I
Two
need that support.
That's 2 top 10s and all checks.
All right, I'm into that.
Mike needs these checks like we need Biden. All right? We got enough checks.
Oh my God.
I was going back to the bed bugs, I guess. Back in the days.
Yeah, I'll take some bed bugs to the face over that dude.
There you have it, everybody. Bobby Lane, Justin Lucas.
Oh my God.
Thank you, guys. Yes.
Thank you
Good
so
luck,
much.
guys. Good luck this week.
Good luck tomorrow, Bobby. Thanks, Justin.
That's awesome.
Appreciate
man.
Good guests.
Good guests. Good guests. Brian Carpenter, good job. I like when we get the double guest like that.
Well,
it's rare though. It's unique.
Yeah.
And they're on
because
scene.
we always don't have two high-profile guys together like that. So that was really nice. That
Like
was
there's
awesome.
no MMA podcast to get two guys in a fight camp.
Right.
Sitting there live yapping it up.
Isn't that true?
Winners.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both fishing really good this year. Both
Love
really
it.
good guys. That was awesome.
What was that laugh for?
It's everything.
Jesus.
I was just reflecting on what just happened.
I can't get the visual of Amber Heard's turd sitting in
No,
the bed.
she's
out
not
of my
hot
head.
anymore, dude.
She's not hot?
It completely cured the hotness, knowing she
I
like
don't even know who she
squatted.
is. Was she an Olympic athlete?
No, Amber Heard was.
She
in,
wasn't like a swimmer or
An
something?
old school MMA movie. She was like the hot blonde in the MMA movie. She wound up with Johnny Depp.
I don't know who it is.
Crushed his hundreds of millions. Helped him squander it. Pooped on his bed. Beat him up.
Yeah, beat him up.
Like, did all kinds of crazy stuff.
Wow.
I mean, I was team Johnny Depp from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Huh.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
Captain Jack.
He is. He's a great actor.
Captain Jack.
Man, pinched a loaf right in his bed.
Right on his side. He explained it on the stand.
Wow.
That's how I learned about it.
Did he
you know?
tell? Did he explain what kind of loaf it was?
No, he didn't explain the consistency of the texture or
Okay.
anything like that. But
All right.
All right. Well,
I don't
he
know if
said
it
it
was
was
like a
clearly a human one, not an animal one. He said.
Right.
So it must have had something like
It had human profile.
Yeah, yeah.
To it.
so how does it? So that whole thing's public. What's the distraction for?
It's Ghislaine Maxwell. So
Huh?
Ghislaine Maxwell was Jeffrey Epstein's assistant.
Oh, you know what?
She helped procure the young women. Her trial went completely unmentioned all the time, and this one front and center the entire time. That's all.
Wow.
I'm gonna get
That's
it.
the world we live in. Right
Yeah.
there.
Let's move on
Let's
before I
move on.
get screamed at.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna get screamed at. Who cares? Brian, that was a great segment. I think we should take a break. Listen to me.
Yo, we got some good stuff coming up.
We do. I know
got
we do.
Powerbait Paul. I got a surprise for you
Okay.
guys.
All right.
I
Listen
like
to
it.
listen to me. You heard it from Brian. Hang in there. It was a great segment, but we got something better coming for you. A couple surprise things. Powerbait Paul.
This, that, and the
Hang
third.
in there. When we come back, more Ike Live. Yeah, man.
You know, right now where we're standing, we're in Camden, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Philadelphia is right there. This is the concrete jungle. And, you know, a lot of those kids, as they grow up, they don't fish. It's interesting because they're surrounded by water. You know, the Delaware River, the Schuylkill, ponds, city park lakes. But they don't have the influence to cast, to fish, to have a rod and reel. And that became our focus, you know, is to target kids in what we call non-traditional areas, you know, urban areas, city centers, where the population's high, and let these kids have the experience. You know, it's amazing. I mean, some of the experiences we've had, whether it's Central Park in New York City, here in Camden, other parts of the country, even just casting.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable to see it, isn't it?
Yes.
It's unbelievable.
Yes.
And you know, you see these kids have this experience they've never had, and they light up, you know? The big thing, I think, for the Ike Foundation is we're not saying we want all these kids to become professional anglers.
Yeah.
Be great if some of them did, but we want them to have that fishing experience because it ties them to so many other positive things. The outdoors, nature, conservation. Ecology, you know, all these amazing things in life that maybe they wouldn't have been exposed to any other way. We're trying to help with that. So it's important. It's important for us.
Yeah.
We're proud of it.
Four and a half inch drop shot worm, Bama bug. Finesse jig, PB&J, give me something hard. Hey, KVD here. Now, I didn't always know this much about fishing. 4-aught EWG worm hook. In fact, there was a time when I couldn't tell the difference between a jerkbait and a stickbait. But then I signed up for Mystery Tackle Box, the original monthly tackle subscription. And now I know more about fishing than I do about calculus.
And he knows a lot about calculus.
Plus, I get amazing extras like free fishing magazines. October 2016. Featured article, 4 places to throw a frog. Exclusive decals. Zombie bass. And how-to videos for all the great baits I receive. How to tune a crankbait. Is that underwater footage I smell?
I got goosebumps.
So if you're looking to develop enhanced fishing abilities like me, or you just like getting new tackle every month, go to mysterytacklebox.com and get your box today. Ooh, live minnows. Is it lunchtime already? Nature's candy. Oh.
At Founders Brewing, we asked ourselves, what if we brewed a beer perfect for any occasion? A beer that makes a weekday feel more like the weekend, and the weekend feel more like an adventure. What if we brewed a beer that brought us together and allowed us to be ourselves? A beer that is just as much of a companion as it is a reward at the end of the journey. What if we explored the unknown together and found a new way? What if we celebrated taste and flavor and life's simple pleasures? And what if we brewed a beer that could go where you go without slowing you down? What if? Founders All Day IPA. Low ABV and full flavor that goes where you go. Chase your what if.
All right, Brian, Torquedo today. We've got the Ike Live Tiny Boat out. I want to tell you, this is not just for electric-only reservoirs. It's for other things as well. Today is a great example. Where are we? What are we going to take this thing through today?
The Upper Susquehanna.
Upper Susquehanna River.
That's right.
Current, rock,
Lots
nasty bottom,
Yep.
and we're going to use Torquedo.
Everybody else running jet drives. We've got the rock guard on the Torquedo. We're going to some small spots. We're gonna get in there. We're going to make it happen.
There you go.
Let's go.
Shallow water, speed, strength, power. Come on, let's go.
Consistency.
And we're back.
And I'll tell you the truth. Ask them.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to a brand new Ike Live. I hope you're having a wonderful Friday. I know we are. Man, we're drinking a little whiskey. We're drinking a little Founders here. It's a good night.
That's a good beer to Fort Jones.
Yes, very, very good.
Beer.
And we've had Vegas the Hammer on, Estella, Justin Lucas, Bobby Lane. Can it get any better? Brian, I think it can.
It can.
It can get better. Real quick, before we get into this next segment, let me remind you, if you're hanging in there with us, if you're watching on Facebook still,
and you're not in Canada,
and you're not in Canada, yeah, if you're not Canadian,
Brazil.
This is your last chance. Like and share the Facebook feed. Like and share the Facebook feed. If you do that, you're entered in a chance to win this bag. Vegas and Hammer said it. 21 pounds of Ike Live sponsored product, dude. Heavy, heavy bag, loaded with stuff from all the sponsors. The MTB in there. I see hats. I see gift cards, shirts. It's awesome. You want it. So like and share the feed. Entered a chance to win that bag. Brian, what do we got coming up here? We got, I know we got Powerbait Paul. What's the new acronym for Powerbait Paul?
PBP. Cody Garbrandt's coming on.
Okay. Who?
Cody Garbrandt.
Cool.
Yep.
All right.
Why would you say that if that's really him?
I was just jumped on Facebook and he was fighting Dillashaw. And we're waiting for PBP. There he is.
Okay, we got Paul. We got Powerbait Paul coming on here in a second. We got to get our update. If you've been watching Ike Live this season, this year, you know this is one of our favorite segments, Dave, and this is our new special correspondent, Powerbait Paul. He's I would call him a South Jersey icon, maybe legend. What would be the right terminology for Paul? South Jersey icon, I would say.
Klingon? What?
Icon.
Klingon.
Icon.
No, he's not a Klingon.
He's an icon of
Guardrail
the
angler.
fishing
It's Ferengi.
world.
Clearly Ferengi.
Of the fishing world. And
how dare you, Dave?
And we get Paul. We get Paul to give us our updates every show. So doing a great job out there on the streets of South Jersey for us, giving us a little corresponding.
PBP is ready. He's fired
Okay,
up.
so joining us now, you know him, you love him, the one and only Powerbait Paul on Ike Live.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
How do you like the new nickname that Brian gave you tonight? Which I like. I personally like it just as much as Powerbait Paul. I like the shortened version. The
PBP. It's catchy.
That's pretty good. I like it.
Catchy.
I like it.
Yeah.
Now, do you drink PBRs?
No.
Okay.
Do you drink?
Actually, no, I actually don't drink.
No, it's all right. You don't have to, bud.
Nah.
Mountain Dew.
I respect
Mountain Dew is my addiction. I'm with Gerald Swindle on that. Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew. I've been known to drink some Mountain Dew, too. Here's the other thing about Mountain Dew. I don't know if you knew this. Dave, you know that Mountain Dew is a great cure for a fish that's bleeding in the live well. Did you know that?
No, I had no clue about that.
Yeah. So you can use peroxide, like if you got a fish and he's hooked in the gill or the tongue or whatever, blah blah blah, and he's got a little blood coming out. Peroxide works, but Mountain Dew is an actual tool that a lot of tournament anglers use. So they just crack it open. You kind of crank his mouth open. You pour a little bit of Mountain Dew into the area where the wound is, like a tongue injury.
The
or
affected
gill.
area.
Yeah. And whatever is in it, honestly, this shit works. I'm not kidding you. It sort of neutralizes the wound. They stop bleeding, and the fish can usually make it in the live well. Mountain Dew.
Yeah, usually, probably.
Usually, probably, maybe not.
Interesting.
Paul,
isn't it crazy how that works?
It is crazy.
I don't
all
believe
right.
it.
First of all, Paul, how are you doing? What's going on? Everything good in life? How's things going?
How much you benching?
It's going pretty good. I'll be honest. This month I kind of let you guys down. I kind of let myself down. Man, it had to be at least a 6-pounder on a spinner. That thing shot up out of the water like a tarpon. That was the biggest bass I've ever seen jump that high.
Wow.
Bringing it close to the bank, almost had to the bank, and the hook just pops out and back in the depths she went. Man, that was gut wrenching.
Yeah, it's hard to lose a big one, especially when you see it. Right, like that's even worse. Like I've had big fish boat up where and you have them, but you never see them, and then you can kind of say to yourself, maybe it was foul hook, maybe it was pickerel, maybe it was a carp snagged or whatever. But when you see them, you're right. It's a little gut wrenching. Now I want to mention this, and I want to get your take on this, Paul, because you're on the streets every day here. Tell me about the spawn. What's happening with the spawn here in this part of the country? Because listen to me, I saw empties in my lake. I was out earlier in the week, and I saw empties. I didn't see any active spawners, but I saw empty beds. I saw a few posts that you made that you were catching spawners a week or so ago. But now we've had these wicked cold fronts come through. What's going on with the spawn? Give us an update on the spawn.
All right, so it was about, I want to say like 2 weeks ago or something like that, because I know the bass start spawning in April. You know, I keep a close eye on the banks. You know, I love catching them off bed. So fun watching them take the jig right off the bed. I see one. Well, the thing is, I'm walking through a zoo, and there's a river that runs inside the zoo. I'm walking through the zoo. I see this little bed. I'm like, that looks like a bass bed. I see a little bass on it. I'm like, oh, I got to get out of here. Yeah. I got to get to my pond because I know what's going to happen. So after I leave, run my errands afterwards, that evening or that afternoon, I get to my pond, my second favorite pond. Some of the local guys know which one I'm talking about. There it is. Bed right under the lily pads. And I was messing with this fish, and the water's dark. So I got to use a white crawl. And because it's really hard to see, you know, green, blue, even black and blue would be hard to see. I got to use a white crawl so that, you know, I see it sit on the bed. And once I see it disappear, I know that fish has got it.
Right.
It took me a little while, but I got him. And 3 pound, 14 ounce for my first bed fish of the year. I only got 2 nice bed fish of the year. And then after that, the cold front messed everything up.
Right.
And they were gone.
Right. Pushed them back, left the beds, vacated them.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. What a weird spring. Dave.
It is.
Even not just from a fishing perspective, let's take it to a gardening perspective, flower and plant perspective. Weird spring, dude.
Yeah, good.
Having shit bud,
Mike,
bloom,
great way to dial it in because I never thought about that. This spring has been like really screwed up with it.
Screwed up spring.
It's hot,
dude.
it's cold, the fish are moving up, boom, they're back
They're
on
back
again.
off.
What's it doing? It all relates. It's nature.
It is nature. Like, no, I'm serious.
I'm bagging my tropicals every night. Like Paul's bagging his right arm. Paul, you got gloves on? What do you got on that arm?
What?
Like, put your right arm up into the camera. It looks like you're wearing it. Are they just that white?
Oh.
Yes, I'm that white, Dave.
Shit. You better
damn, bro. About it.
Check your pulse. I don't know. I mean, they look like he was wearing like formal white gloves. Like he was at a
Like he was carrying the Stanley Cup. I got you.
And I'm the
like he was in the Marine Honor Guard or something.
I'm whiter than a striped bass. I can't help it.
Sorry, Paul.
It's all right.
My eyes are bad. If I had glasses, I would know that was your skin. I'm sorry.
Jeez.
It's awesome. It has been a crazy spring, though.
I know,
It really
sorry.
has. It really has been a crazy spring.
No, it's very cold.
Yeah.
Like the wind's whipping. That's the problem. It's
lot
dropping
of
down
wind.
to 37, 38. That's an issue.
That's another thing, man. I can't bed fish if I can't see the freaking beds, and this wind is constant every time I'm able to get out there. You know, it's like there might be like short bursts from like a half hour, maybe an hour if I'm lucky, where there's like the wind's not too bad, but it doesn't stay. The wind is constant every time I'm out there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, a lot of wind. Any update, Paul, for our trout guys, multi-species guys listening and watching? Any update on trout since the stocking this year? Give us a little update.
I don't really mess with the trout. I got a couple of rainbow trout mag drafts to toss around at that one lake I met you at.
Yeah.
But man, every time I've been there, there's been trout guys with buckets, elbow to elbow, all along that bank. You know,
and they're catching them.
So
filling the buckets up.
Yeah, some of them. Yeah, I know my buddy, him and his dad actually filled up a limit, so they both limited out.
Okay.
But actually, I haven't really messed with the trout, but the crappie bite's been picking up. I got a nice 14-inch slab this week and a white crappie on a Berkeley power worm. So
nice.
Crappie are starting to bite pretty good.
Paul G'd it?
No, it was only once I let it go. I didn't have much time to fish after I had other stuff to do.
Crappie
But
are pretty
that was
brutal.
a nice eating size fish. I thought it was a bass at first.
Yeah, but I've been talking to a biologist. They're pretty brutal on these small lakes. They compete hard with the bass for resources.
Really?
Eat the crappie.
Who was saying that?
This fisheries biologist down in Georgia. They don't have yellow perch or pickerel, so I don't know where crappie falls in the hierarchy, but he's like, if you're trying to raise trophy bass,
right.
And that's where his head's at, right? It's not like
get rid of the crappie.
Oh yeah, drain the lake and get rid of the crappie.
Wow,
because they're that
I know,
prolific.
I know who you're talking about, Brian. Man,
Yeah.
he would absolutely hate pickerel if there was pickerel down south, because pickerel, they're really the biggest competition for bass. They're the same
the
size,
crappie makes sense, dude.
Same thing.
Crappie hit crankbait. They hit jerk baits. They'll hit a spinnerbait. They hit all the moving shad baits.
So without diverting too much into this, but bluegill, straight up bluegill, not like red ear, not pumpkin seed, straight up bluegill is the deal because they spawn multiple times.
Right.
Like in some places monthly.
Wow.
Whereas the rest of the species is like one and done. The bluegill are pumping the lake full of food for the bass to chew on.
Did you say
Bluegill?
Did you just say bluegill? Bluegill.
Yeah.
I just learned 2 nuggets from you talking to this guy.
Yeah.
Nuggets.
I've been know some stuff.
Nuggets. All right, Paul, give us the prediction here. We've got, I looked at the weather.
One last thing.
Oh, yeah.
When they put crappie in Barrington Rod and Reel's little tiny pond, destroyed it.
Really?
Yeah. Shout out to Keith Cowan and his crappie.
That's because Keith's peeing in there with a case of beer every night with pneumonia.
He's pooping in the lake like Amber Heard.
Amber Heard in the lake. And
he's Amber Heard at the lake.
Freaking poop floating in the lake. That ain't no good for the bass.
Discarded chicken wings in there.
Drinking his Miller Lite.
Chicken wing bones in the cans.
Crapping right in the lake.
Right in the drink.
Wiping his ass and putting it right in the lake. Paul, I looked at the weather upcoming this week. Looks like we're getting some 70-degree days. Looks like it's going to stabilize a little. For guys watching that want to fish locally coming up this week and the weeks to come, give a little prediction. What's going to happen? Give us some lure choices for the coming week.
I'd say a girl green pumpkin jig, black and blue jig. I'm sure your gillies are going to come into play very soon.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
And spinner baits. I just got a 4-pounder not too long ago on a chartreuse spinner bait, so they're going to be feeding up before they start guarding those beds. Yeah. So.
Yeah, they got to eat. Yeah, they got to eat.
They're definitely getting more active.
Yeah, there's definitely a period of feeding before they have to nest. So I'd agree with that. Paul, appreciate you checking in with us. You got anything else before we let you go? You got anything you want to give a shout out to anybody? Shout out to any sponsors, any baits? What do you got?
Sponsors. Oh man. Shout out to Berkeley for getting me some nice fish. That's for sure. Berkeley. Strike King, I really like their spinner baits and jigs. So
what jig you throwing?
The Bitsy Bug, 1/8 ounce, black and blue, and green pumpkin.
What are you putting on there as a trailer, though? That's been my shit for 20 years. But what are you putting on there as a trailer?
All right. So for the black and blue, I've been tearing them up this year on the Chigger Crawl, the Labatt color. It's like a really vivid blue.
On a Bitsy Bug? On an 1/8 ounce Bitsy Bug?
Yeah, the 3-inch, right?
Yeah, the 1/8 ounce. Yeah. Oh, the 3-inch Chigger Crawl. Yeah.
I've been using the tiniest pack. I've been using the tiniest packer crawl since packer crawls have been around.
Yeah, the tiny packer.
And I cut the skirt back to the hook. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Right on.
I like it.
Is that it, Paul?
Yeah. Jake, what do you got?
I got one more.
Yeah.
Chigger.
Where's the new Jurassic movie going to rank compared to the others?
Oh, that's a good question.
You know me, I'm a big Jurassic Park fan. Love dinosaurs even before I got into fishing. I'm going to say probably it looks really good. They got the cast from Jurassic Park back, so the original trio, Grant, Malcolm, and Sattler. So probably number 2 right after Jurassic Park.
Oh,
so, Paul, I'm going to take you deep in the weeds on dinosaurs.
Okay.
Yes! This is what I've been waiting for.
Yeah.
Same.
Have we been lied to about dinosaurs all along, about some of them being reptiles, and they're all birds?
Ooh.
Paul?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean,
Paul?
Scientists these days are coming out with all kinds of crazy theories. Like there's this one guy that was saying, listen to this. There's this one guy that was saying the T-Rex was actually 3 different species because they found some with like different bone structures, more teeth than other skeletons had. But then I think about this. Think about it. They might have been found in different areas, so they might have adapted to those areas, and they're not going to be exactly the same, just like largemouth bass.
Right, just like people.
The largemouth bass you catch in Florida, they're not going to be built the same. They're not going to be the same size as the largemouth bass we catch here in New Jersey. They're going to be bigger. They're longer, bigger heads. Same thing could be with the dinosaurs. You know what I mean?
Right. It's like people. We're all the same, but we got different, skin tones for.
So a lot of these scientists, they're coming out with all kinds of crazy stuff these days.
Paul's fair skin.
That's next level.
For the night shift.
Dave, would you agree with this?
I just think we've been, and again, I don't want to drown you guys in the middle side of the pool, but we have been lied to about just about everything we've ever been taught.
You think so?
Yes.
Not wrong there.
Even that? Even like history, like
about
science
dinosaurs?
and history? Yeah, the
Well,
past.
give me something specific.
Triceratops.
I don't know. The way the dinosaurs got extinct.
Oh, wait, I got one. Yeah. Did quicksand ever actually really exist? Was there ever actually, other than in Hollywood, was there ever actually really quicksand?
Nothing that will absorb you beyond your head. Like, you might sink a little.
Because, I mean, we grew up with quicksand.
We grew up, you worry about where you stepped.
Yeah.
You were going to get sucked in.
Yeah. Yeah, Paul, it's a little before your time, but quicksand was a concern back when we grew up.
How about stop, drop, and roll? How many times did you think you would catch on fire?
I nearly set on fire about a half dozen times, dude.
Anybody in this room?
Nah, I lost my eyebrows one time, dude, messing around.
Quicksand.
Yeah, we didn't have the internet,
war,
Jake. We used actual fire.
AIDS.
AIDS.
AIDS,
sure.
nuclear war, quicksand.
But nuclear war's back again.
Being caught on fire.
There's a new AIDS. There's a new AIDS out.
Oh, man.
Plastic masks and whatnot, or a cloth mask protecting you from COVID. Yeah, okay.
That's right. I'm glad to hear you're not a mask hole.
No, not at all.
Mask holes?
I got to show off my nice beard here, man. I can't cover that.
Yeah,
you have a built-in mask.
It's very flaming. I like it, man. Very authentic.
Yeah.
What are you, Scottish?
You got it.
Ah.
Everybody says I'm Irish. I'm like, I'm Scottish. You're like, what's the difference? I'm like, different parts of Britain.
Yeah, but you understand the redheaded Irish are just offspring of the Scottish. You know what I mean?
What?
Yeah.
What?
All right, hold on. Hold on a second.
Wait a minute.
So
Dave, wait a minute.
the Irish are
What?
just pillaged Scots is all they are, man. The red hair, they came from Scotland.
Dave, are
Oh,
you
wow.
rewriting history
Okay.
here?
So where are you fishing tomorrow, Paul?
Wherever Dave is not.
What?
Well, I don't have any
Oh,
SPF
man.
900 for you anyway, so what are you even talking about, dude?
Well, Paul, same team, guys. Same team.
Man, Dave, I love being on when you're on here.
I'm
You
not
always
fishing
make it
tomorrow anyway,
interesting,
dude,
that's for
or
sure.
like for next week. So don't worry about me.
Dave's not fishing for the next 5 years, so you don't have to worry
I won't
about
be
Dave.
anywhere you're
I
going to be.
believe it.
You got it all to
He's
yourself.
building a kayak shelter for kayaks that'll never get used.
I have to protect them. They have to be protected.
It's a kayak bomb shelters.
I got to protect my
Kayak
kayak.
word.
I have to protect my kayaks from the deep state. Deep state's after them.
Oh my God!
It's all for resale value.
The kayaks are going to go into extinction like the dinosaurs.
It's really so honestly, like Jake, the way my garage is set up, I have the door open, and I'm sitting watching. I'm gaming like this on my game screen. And
AFK.
they're off to my peripheral. And when
The
I
kayaks
see them,
are on your peripheral?
When they're under that tarp, it just makes my stomach turn. So I have to build something applicable to what my Model T garage looks like and the rest of my yard looks like, so that they don't bother me while I'm gaming. That's the truth. All right.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the
You heard it.
kayaks.
I articulated it clearly.
They're
You
calling.
did. So wait. So what part about your kayaks with tarps on them turns your stomach? Oh,
tarp.
the visual.
The tarp.
The visual.
The 2x4 painted black stand that I have them on.
You even painted it black and it turns.
It has to go to a driftwood.
Yeah, and the other thing is the tarp. The tarp is an unreliable cover for a
Well,
kayak.
what
I don't think that's what it is. I think it's the aesthetics.
It's
Just
the
the
aesthetics.
It's all the aesthetics?
It's gross. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't do it.
Okay.
I have to be able to like take an L during Call of Duty and look to my left and be like, all right, let me get back in this next game.
You'd be in the
I
gulag.
just got a new game, Elden Ring. Oh, it's amazing, dude.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh.
very hard bosses at the end of every level.
Huh.
Very hard.
Okay.
All right.
That's interesting.
Speaking of hard bosses, we got one coming up.
Yeah. All right, Paul, thank you for checking in with us. Thank you for the update on what's going on, and wish you a lot of luck until the next show. We're going to get another update. Hope you rehook one that's 6 or 7 pounds and land it this time.
Oh, I hope so, man.
I'm a
Keep
fan.
an eye on Instagram and Fishbrain.
There you go. Powerbait Paul, everybody follow. Go
Powerbait
give him a
Paul.
follow. Powerbait Paul.
I'm a fan, Paul. I wasn't being mean. I'm just that's how I roll.
That's how we are.
PvP.
I know how you roll now.
I'm sorry, Paul.
All right, PvP, everybody.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Paul.
See you next
Yeah.
month. Paul, our weekly correspondent monthly.
Yes.
Um,
He's our weekly correspondent monthly. It is. Not
Yes.
even monthly, like bi-monthly.
Yes. So let's roll right into the next one here.
Okay.
I happened to catch this guy on a kayak podcast the other night.
Oh.
Ryan Lambert's and Jeff Mallory. Jeff,
Yeah.
Whatever. Sorry, dude. Their podcast. and they got this guy that he fished the Hobie BOS on Eufaula.
Yeah.
And he actually is a travel buddy of my buddy Joey Randall.
Okay.
I think you might have met Joey.
Yeah.
So this is Jeremy. Jeremy had a little incident at the boat ramp at this event, and he would like to articulate that for all of us here.
I want to hear about this.
Yes.
I already like Joey. Look at him.
Okay.
Jeremy.
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 Welcome to Ike Live. How you doing tonight?
Thank you, sir. It's nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. Thanks for coming on. Your beard is lovely and luscious. I'm very
Yeah.
envious of the beard.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I've been growing a very long time.
Looks good. Looks good. I miss mine. I had a nice little growth going, and then I shaved it, and now I had to start over again.
But that's
So,
full
looks
Northman,
good.
dude.
Yeah,
That
looks
is
good, man.
legit.
I love it. I
But
love it.
before we get into it, by the way, Jeremy, I believe, is a gamer too. What's your game of choice, dude?
Actually, I play 2K22. I'm a basketball gamer.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I never would have guessed that.
Very cool.
We'll go right back to fishing.
He is AFK
Yeah,
right
I
now
get
as
that a
well.
lot.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we want to hear about this incident. So you were fishing. Give us the background first. Fishing a professional kayak event, the Hobie BOS on
the Hobie BOS.
Eufaula. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What happened?
So I get in Monday late, get in my room, stay the night. I get up Tuesday morning, get up, and I basically go practice fishing all day, never been to Eufaula, so I'm trying to figure the lake out. You know, I'm not a very highly experienced fisherman, so I'm kind of learning all this fishing and kayaking all at the same time. So I'm out learning my thing, you know, and the winds pick up pretty substantially on Eufaula towards the afternoons every day. It seems like. I mean, I don't know what it is, but while we were there, that's how it seemed to be.
Yeah.
So I start making my way back to the boat ramp, and as I get to the boat ramp, the wind has picked up pretty intensely. So I'm rocking and everything's banking and beating, and something just slams into my kayak, and I'm waiting my turn to get out of the boat ramp. I'm trying to get onto the boat dock because the waves are crashing so hard. The wake is horrible.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get my kayak up, and something just like slams into my kayak, like slams, not like a bump. And I'm like, what the hell? So as I turn around, and excuse my language, but I'm gonna let it go how it
Yeah,
will.
no, it's
the
okay.
guy basically, the guy basically looks me in my face and says, "Hey, buddy, you need to get that fucking thing out of the water."
Whoa.
Now,
Hey, hold on.
to
Is
me,
he in
that's-
a kayak or is he in a
that-
boat? Is he in a kayak
Yeah,
or
he's
a
in a
boat?
Phoenix. He's in a big Phoenix. No, he's in a big
Okay.
$80,000 brand new wrap Phoenix.
Huh.
Him and there's two of them in the boat. So there's another kayak. There's a big boat tournament going on as well.
Okay.
So I'm not saying he was with those guys because I don't know. I'm only assuming that that's what he was doing as well.
Yeah.
But it was just me and him at the boat ramp, and all he had to do was give me 5 minutes.
Right.
Just give me a minute to get out of my kayak. I got a trailer. It don't take me long to get my kayak out of the water.
Right.
But he basically tells me to get my fucking kayak out of the water, and I'm not I'm not a patient man. I'm an irate individual. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm irate, and when he did this, I felt this was very intentional.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of money in my kayak. Like I got a Hobie PA14.
Oh yeah.
I got a Solix 10 Mega Live.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got everything on my kayak.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're trying to sink my shit. So I politely told him I would climb on his boat and beat his fucking teeth out. He gasses the boat, gets away from me, and we're arguing. And I'm threatening him. I really am, because now you've threatened me. I feel like
Right.
you threatened my life. So now I'm fixing to return the favor. So I told him, I said, if you land that boat and you get on this land, I'm going to beat your ass. And I've been into it with a few other boaters before, and it's never actually gotten physical. So I'm assuming while we were arguing, there were a lot of older people out there bank fishing. So I'm assuming they had already called the police.
Yeah.
Because I get on land, I kayak up. I just jump off my kayak. I get it tied to the dock, and I'm gone. I'm up on the land waiting on this guy. And he knocks his boat. And I'm thinking, oh yes, finally, I'm going to beat your ass. And I give him a good shove, and he's a good. I don't know if you can tell from me sitting down, but I'm a big guy. I'm 6'3", 245 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm a big boy.
Yeah.
So he's a pretty good sized fella too, 6'2", about my size, my age. I mean, he's not a young kid. This is a grown ass man,
Yeah.
like me. So I pushed him, and he swings this stupid ass Alabama haymaker. It was so slow. I was like, as he was swinging, in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, I'm finna kick your ass, dude. This is not. So when he swings, I hit him like 2 times. I hit him real quick, like with a 2-piece jab is what I'd hit him with. And he drops his head on me and starts doing this windmill shit like this. He catches me, busts my nose up pretty good. I'm bleeding. So I just start barraging him with punches, and I just start hitting him, and he finally balls up like old Alabama turtle. I got him on the ground, and the police roll up. Nobody had called the cops because here come the police in the middle of the fight, so they didn't have enough time to get there. Because this is happening really quick, man. Like it's not like no big UFC 5-round fight. This is really fast happening.
Right.
The cops pull up.
Right.
They pull their tasers out on me, make me put my hands behind my back, put me in handcuffs, and I'm wigging out. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? This dude hit me with a boat, and you're putting me in handcuffs. I'm going to jail. And I'm really lucky that all those older people were there bank fishing, because they started screaming, no, what are you doing? You know, this guy was in a kayak and he hits him with a boat. So the cop takes the handcuffs off me immediately. He's like, okay, Mr. Hughes, please calm down. You know, well, first he asked me my name, and I told him, Jeremy Hughes. Yeah. He's like, okay, Mr. Hughes, take a deep breath, calm down, tell me what happened. So I tell him what happens. And he looks at that dude, turns around, looks at me, and he said, do you want to press charges, man? And that dude in that boat is like, well, what do you mean press charges? And he said, you know what vehicular assault is, right?
Oh, yeah.
He said, it is no different than if you was to hit a guy on his bicycle with your car.
Right.
He said, this is a felony assault, man. Yeah. And the dude starts stammering and, oh, I'm sorry. For one, hey, David, if you're watching this, please never put Eufaula back on the map. I'm probably never going back to Alabama. There was no need for me to press charges on this guy because I'm not going back.
Yeah.
So I just told him, I told the cop basically, I said, he got to ask, well, because his buddy the whole time wouldn't even help him, man. When he hit my boat, when I looked back, his buddy had his head down and was shaking his head. His buddy knew, he was in the wrong, man. He should have never did that, man. And I respect boats. Like if I see, especially a guy in a rat boat, I'm not gonna cut you off, man, because I don't know what you're fishing for. The same as you don't know what I'm fishing for. So I'm gonna respect what you're doing. Just I kind of like to respect back. Just because my boat don't cost $80,000 doesn't mean it's not worth anything to me. So that it was a very extreme situation. I hope it never happens again because I'm a 45-year-old man. I'm really not into the physical. I'm feeling it, man. I don't know if you can tell on here, but my hand is,
that's broke.
I got what they call a boxer's. I think I have a boxer's break.
You broke it.
Yeah. Man, what a story.
Hey, if you could go back in time, what would you do to avoid getting clipped in the nose? What could you have done differently?
I don't know, man, because he was swinging pretty quick with them haymakers, man. When he dropped his head, he came at me pretty fast. I don't know if I could have avoided getting hit in the nose. He was dead determined to get me. So he got me pretty good. I'm not Mike Tyson, so there ain't much bobbing and weaving in me. I'm a pretty old guy. So
line is drawn.
Oh, dude, it's a great story. It brings up 2 points I want to hit real quick. The one is Hobie BOS events are fucking awesome. Like, why doesn't this happen in elite events? That's what an amazing story.
Well, it did. They just tickled fight each other off the boat into the goddamn drink.
Right. They tickle fight instead of real fight. The second point is you bring up a great point, and I got to see this from both perspectives, right? So I've big boat fished for a lot of years, and then I got to the kayak thing about 3 or 4 years ago. And here's the thing. Dude, there is a lot of disrespect from big boat fishermen to kayak.
Because they block up the ramps?
Or smaller boat anglers. Not because they block up the ramp.
They got to learn how to get them fucking things on the trucks quicker.
But I don't lock up the ramp, man. I got a trailer. So I get all my stuff in the boat ready lane, and I'm in the water, and I'm out of the boat ramp. And you can count it down, man. I'm 3 minutes in and out, man.
My man.
Most kayak dudes are a pain in the ass at the boat ramp. A lot of them are.
Yeah, I'm not talking about
you don't even beat the boat ramp, number one. Why are you even taking up the ramp? Get off the ramp. Load your shit on the side.
I agree. But that's a two-way street. So, because you see big boaters, they'll back down, and then all of a sudden, They're unstrapping their boat in the boat ramp.
Well, they suck.
I get it. On the boat. It's a two-way street. Both
True.
sides do it. It's a lot of. It's like Mike said. It's disrespect on both sides, man. I mean, we're all doing this together, so
True.
we're gonna have to. We got to share these lakes. I mean, that's the only thing there is. I mean, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna buy a big boat because I absolutely love being in my kayak.
Agreed.
I would not change.
Yeah.
I fished a big boat tournament last night with one of my good friends, and the whole time we were on the boat, both of us was like, "I wish I was in my hobby, man. I really wish I was in my hobby."
I think there's
I'm team big boat on the boat ramp. I don't care.
No, well,
No, but
I think there's a general disrespect though.
True.
From when someone has a big boat to a small vessel, whether it's a kayak.
Well, that guy had short.
That
he
guy
had-
usually wears his license on the back of his hat.
Probably
You know what I mean?
does.
Yeah,
if he's from the Northeast,
that dude
he
was a
probably does.
douchebag.
Yeah.
The dude, Jeremy, thank you for beating his ass. He was a douchebag.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
But
he was a douchebag. He
but
deserved what he got.
Jeremy, what was it that you were missing? Like you said, you were on a big boat fishing tournament last night. What were you longing for?
The closeness of the water. I don't know. I feel closer to the water. I feel like you're like you fish slower.
I'd agree with that.
I'd agree with
that.
Time.
I'd agree with that.
That's what
you know, you work stuff harder. You know, you don't hit a dock one time and then you're bam to the next dock. You're in the kayak. You hit the left side of the dock. You hit the back side of the dock. You hit the front side. You hit the right side, and then you bam. You're on to the next one. Just in big boats, man. I every guys I fish with is bam. Let's hit this dock once. Boom. Let's on to the next dock. We on to the next dock. So it's just a slower pace fishing I like. So it's just I feel closer to the water.
I'm with you.
And honestly, man, I'm not gonna lie, man. The closeness of the guys in the kayak world is a whole different world than the guys in the big boats, man.
Yeah, it is different. It is different.
It's complete. The group I fish with, Queen City Bass Fishing, man, is grassroots, man. It's the greatest trail on the planet, man. It really is, man.
Yeah, you got a Goomba running that from Jersey.
Yeah, we sure do. He's a good one though. He's a transplant now, buddy. We changed him out.
He's a transplant. Transplant Goomba.
What's his name? Shout him out.
Vinny Ferrari. Yeah, he's a good one, man.
Yo, Vin.
Yo, Vin from North Carolina.
One of the best directors on the planet, man.
Yo, Vin.
Great guy, dude. They run a great trail, man. They really do.
All right.
Here's the difference, Mike, real quick. Pro anglers are the guys that walk into practice entitled. Kayak anglers are the ones that carry the pads in the water into the practice. That's the difference, man.
That's true.
Seriously.
It's a good analogy. Jake, I don't know if you got any comments coming through, but I just checked Facebook, and we have a comment coming through from Facebook from Rodney King, and it says, "Can't we all just get along?"
Jesus Christ, Mike.
What?
We did not go to school with Rodney King.
Okay.
I knew Rodney.
You didn't know Rodney?
Yeah. Rodney Jenkins. He was pretty fast.
Rodney Jenkins?
Yeah, Rodney. I don't know Rodney King. I think Rodney Jenkins. I played football with him.
All right. Let me ask you this: are you going to fish another Hobie BOS event this year?
I'm fishing every Hobie BOS this year, but Broken Boat.
Hell yeah!
I'm already signed up for Chick. I'm already signed up for the Susk. I'm going back to the Coosa. I'm going to New Hampshire. I'm already signed up for New Hampshire. So
that's awesome.
I'm doing them. I'm dedicated this year to try to do as many of them as possible.
Well, look, I'm fishing a sus too, but if I accidentally bump into you, I'm not coming with haymakers. I'm coming straight down. I'm coming straight down the pipe. All right.
It'll be all right.
I'm north south, man. I don't do the haymaker stuff. I have bad shoulders.
That's awesome. Well, I hope to run into you. I'll be fishing the Susquehanna as well.
Oh, yeah, I know. I keep up with you, Mike.
And I'm fishing.
I'm ready to compete against you. I'll be looking for you.
I'm fishing New Hampshire. I look forward
What's
to
in New
seeing
Hampshire?
Lake Winnipesaukee.
Oh, God. You get killed out there.
Yeah, it's going to be. It is going to be Winnipesaukee.
That's from like a John Candy movie, isn't it?
No, it is. Yeah. No, it's not John Candy. It was Bill Murray, and it was with Richard Dreyfuss, where he was the shrink.
What?
And Bill Murray was the crazy guy that stalked him to his vacation house up on Winnipesaukee. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah,
wait, what was that movie called?
Ghostbusters.
No.
No. Get the fuck out of here.
Good
try. But it was a classic movie.
What about Bob?
What about Bob? Thank you, Brian. Great movie.
Shout out for me.
Bill Murray, amazing.
Shout out to Brian.
Oh,
Send me an Ike Live
there's
gift bag in Canada.
A recent Bill Murray movie you might want to watch, guy over here.
Guy, Jeremy.
Yeah, Jeremy. St. Vincent.
St. Vincent.
Bill Murray movie, St. Vincent.
Never heard of it.
Amazing, dude.
Really?
Is that on Stars?
It's on something. I have them all, so I don't know. I mean, I have every single channel, so I don't know.
Here's the thing about Winnipesaukee, though, and seriously, that tournament is the. I want to say, let me get this correct. It's the last weekend, full weekend of June.
Oh God.
Yeah.
It's going to be a disaster.
It's worse than a back on.
It's
any time
pretty
of the year.
bad. And I've fished on that lake a few times. Dudes don't give a shit. There's Donzies.
Oh
there's
my
power
God.
boats.
There's nowhere to hide.
Jeremy, maybe don't go that.
Yeah,
to that one.
no, Jeremy, just put for sure.
Tape up.
Tape up.
Tape your knuckles, cuz.
Fly the flag. Put your fucking Hobie flag up, because those dudes, it's
kill
gonna
you.
be busy on a Saturday, Sunday. Up
Get
there.
your mouthpiece, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going down, cuz.
I've learned to stay in the backwaters a little bit. I know how much to get out there deep though to find.
There are none
smallmouth,
up there,
so.
buddy. You're gonna be in general population no matter what. Yeah. All right. Get your shiv sharp.
Run a GoPro.
Yeah, run a GoPro.
Get you some evidence, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to get me one. That is my next project
You can
now.
conceal it in that beard. Nobody even know. Be a body cam in your beard, dude.
Body cam in the beard. That'd be great. That would have been great to have that whole fight on camera.
I know.
I wouldn't fight him. Look at him.
I'm not fighting either.
Somebody that I didn't. We were in such a small town. I didn't see any cameras on the cops. I'm not saying they didn't, but unfortunately, me and him were the only boats there, and everybody else were older people. We're talking 50, 60 years old,
right?
Bank fishing.
50.
So the first thing on their mind is not, World Star. You know what I mean? That's not the first thing on one of their minds. So I don't.
Mine.
I'm hoping somebody did, like Ryan Lambert put out a $500 reward. He would pay him $500. So it's out there. He said the reward is real. So
Jeremy,
video it. If you were there and you videoed it, make $500. Ryan Lambert
A
wants the video,
$500 reward for what? His fight?
if somebody's got footage.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to. I would pay. I wouldn't pay. I'd pay $1 or $2. I ain't got that kind of money.
But that's where I saw.
That's amazing.
Jeremy on Lambert's podcast.
But who starts a fight with a 6'3", 240-pound guy?
That's somebody who's 6'3", 245 pounds.
I wouldn't start a fight with somebody my size.
He had a terrible day on the water. He has a tiny
really,
little penis.
I really
and he
don't
wanted
think
to fight.
he thought I was as big as I am in that kayak.
There it is. Yeah.
And once he got on land with me, it was too late then. I mean, you done got out like a badass in front of your boyfriend. You got a cowboy up or get in the truck now. You know what I mean? So you ain't got no choice now. So
I would have to figure out a negotiation tactic.
A negotiation tactic. Yeah.
Well, hold on. Wait a second.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
I didn't mean to bump your kayak, sir.
Do you like square bills? Have this box of square bills.
I got this really rare pack of straight-tailed Berkeley worms. Black and Chartail.
Black Chartail.
Whoa,
hey now.
Original Powerbait scent.
That's
Not
right.
the new stuff, the original.
With the flat bottom. Why don't they do that no more?
Yeah,
Mike?
flat bottom was key on that.
But you
bait.
got that kind of connect. Why don't you even say nothing?
Dude, there's some things I can leverage and lobby for. There's other things that's just I don't even have any control. You know how many times I fought that fight with that bait and 20 other baits.
You're like an elf in Santa shop.
Oh,
You got no
they
say.
don't want to hear it. They ain't listening to me.
He got a gilly, no straight tail worms.
None.
Exactly.
That gilly's dope.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
That shit's legit. Jeremy,
dope.
get yourself a gilly.
Yeah, Jeremy,
A
thank you
pack
for
or
coming
two.
on and telling that story.
Yes, sir.
Honestly,
I
that was.
appreciate you having me on here.
Yes, that was.
It was good.
I don't want to disrespect Bobby Lane
No,
or
Justin.
Vegas or Justin or anybody.
Stella.
That was the best story I heard tonight. Without a doubt, that was the best story I heard tonight. So
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
no, my man
I'm glad
brings
I
a good story.
Glad I can share it with you, man.
Get you
I'm really, 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 really glad I got to meet you, man. That is a privilege, Mike. It truly is, man.
It's good to meet you.
You're a great fisherman. You're a great fisherman, man, and you are one of my heroes, man. I look up to you a lot. I watch a lot of your videos and I watch a lot of your fishing, man. So I appreciate everything you do for the industry, man. I really do, because you are a great fisherman, man.
I appreciate that. Thank you,
Jeremy. You forgot to say, even though you're a damn Yankee.
Even
though you're.
But see, Phoenix changed me, man. It's so hard for me to hold it against them now.
I love it. love it.
Get some edibles and
Vinny's
Xanax
changed
for.
me. I mean, a damn Yankee changed my mind.
Well, it'll get changed again when you go to Winnipesaukee.
Oh yeah, you'd be ready to fight the North. Trust me.
Oh they're all douches.
Yeah. Your kayak flag will be that rebel flag, dude. Xanax and some edibles and tape up.
That's what I have to do.
Later, bro.
Thanks,
Jeremy. Thank you.
Yes.
Good night, y'all.
Good story, man.
Thanks,
that
buddy.
was awesome, Bri.
I would like to have seen the fight.
I know. We're working on it. Lambert's got some fucking money out there on that shit.
Old people aren't recording fights.
No, they're not.
We
old
needed a
people as 50.
middle-aged Karen up there is what we needed.
Karen.
Seeing it from the beginning.
Should have been in there for the money shot.
Well, I think that's all I got. Oh, Lee Livasi
I
is.
saw that. He's got a little bit of a lead going on to the last day.
What's his lead? What's he got?
I think it's a couple pounds, pound or 2 pounds.
Couple pound?
Yeah. Thing that scares me. I follow all that stuff, and I looked at the footage from Lee today.
The foot of your soul.
And they, because the camera guys were following him, and he weighed 25 something yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And caught 10 something today. And he's still leading. But the thing that scares me about his area is, dude, literally the boats are the boats are all, there's 40 dudes.
Yeah, them fish are gone.
Fishing in that flat that he's fishing. Now he's going to a spot and power pulling down and never moving. So he's got some kind of like a transition, like a a route.
Dude, that's his deal.
Yep.
That's how both of his wins is power pull down.
Yep.
Trolling motor out of the water.
Oh, yeah. But still, it scares me a little that all that pressure is there. Now,
Agreed.
you look at the dude, Nick LeBron, who's in second. He had 15-something, 17-something.
Right, he's on the rise.
He's on the rise, and it sounds like in the blog, when I scroll through the blog, it sounds like he's like way up the river by himself.
Where's this even happening?
So that's Ross Burnett. Now, the name, here's the story. Here's the story, Bri. Here's the story. Listen to this. This is an important
What kind of
thing.
event is it for people that don't know?
It's a Bass Central Open.
Okay.
Gone on in Ross Burnett in Mississippi. But here's the story.
Mississippi.
You ready? Here's the story, guys. Let me make sure I get this right.
Huh.
I want to get the place right. You ready for this? Brian DeCarpenter?
What? Hit me.
5th place in this tournament, Alfred Williams, 30 pounds, 15 ounces. Dude, Alfred Williams is the original black angler.
I know who he is.
At the pro circuit. The original frog fisherman before any of them. You know how there's all these dudes? Shout out to the guys that are frog fishermen. Freddie Boom Boom, Ish Monroe, Cajun Baby. Dude, they're some of the best frog fishermen alive.
You forgot Rojas. He invented frogs.
Yeah, Rojas.
He was right there with Jesus when they invented frogs.
Right. But listen to me. Alfred Williams is the dude that started the whole thing. And he's a black dude that started fishing bass tournaments in like the late 70s.
Alabama, right?
Yeah. Like, dude, that's the story for me. Can you imagine him coming and winning this? And he's got to be in his...
He's old. He's in his 60s.
Got to be in his 60s, if not 70s.
Yeah.
I would love to see Alfred Williams come from behind.
I can remember him with the big trucker hat, dude.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'd love it. Brian, just keep that on your radar.
Alfred Williams is in 5th?
Alfred Williams in 5th.
How many pounds is he out?
5 pounds.
Where's he out of, Mike?
Right there. That's his home lake.
Who?
Mississippi. Yeah,
Mississippi.
that's his home lake. But that's a great guest, Brian. Just a little note. Like Alfred Williams, if he has the technical savvy to Skype in or Zoom in or whatever. But
that would be great.
He's a legend.
He's OG, man.
He's OG, dude. OGG.
How about it?
GGGG. OGG. Super OG.
You know what's crazy, dude? Never brought up the how. And Dave, I'm sure, probably doesn't know how this went down, but how Bobby. Well, I didn't. It's not a shot, Dave.
It was, but go ahead.
No, it wasn't. It was just happened to come out.
Reality.
Whatever. How Bobby won that event.
What do you mean?
The Red Crest, how it went down to the wire, Braz. He caught the winning fish with what? Less than a minute.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got to be a 2-pounder, right? They have a 2-pound minimum.
What was it?
It was 115 twice. You get 3 weight.
Yeah, it's. I didn't. I'm glad. I actually forgot about it, but I'm glad we didn't bring it up.
Okay.
I'm glad we didn't bring it up with Bobby because
115 twice.
Yeah.
And the third time it meant 2 pounds.
Third time it weighed.
Yeah. So here's the thing.
You get 2 check measures.
Yeah.
Then it weighed.
Yeah. But
Right.
here's the thing. Like that's one of the things I hate about MLF and the scales and that because it all happened live and it's like, how can you hang a fish and it weighs 115? You hang him again and it weighs 115. He's losing fucking water weight the whole time.
And he goes 1.
And then he hangs him and goes 2 pounds. To me it shows the inaccuracy of that system. I'm not saying tournament scales.
Who did he beat?
Luke Clausen was second.
Clausen.
I don't know him. I like Bobby better.
Yeah, I know. I like Bobby. I mean, I'm happy Bobby won.
Yeah.
I just that whole scale thing is
That's wild.
not a great science.
Luke's got to be. His asshole's got to be sucking the seat right now, dude.
Dude, it's a $250,000 difference.
It's a great
in
way
1
to
ounce.
put. It's a great way to put it, Dave.
$250,000.
I don't think Luke was in the #1 spot when that happened, though.
No.
No, because he caught that fish even.
He caught a big one at the very end too.
Very, very end.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was exciting.
There it
was
is.
pretty exciting.
I heard it was super exciting. I didn't catch it. I've been working a lot. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah. It was
maybe
exciting.
Yo, Jeremy was awesome, right?
Jeremy was awesome. That was good. That was a good get, man.
Yeah.
Let's end this one.
Let's end it.
Okay.
Jake, you have to-
Before we go, Jake, let's do it for everyone that's hung in there. If
Not
you
in Canada.
hung in there with us.
If you're not in Canada, and Dave's got one more name for Jake tonight. He's going to close it out with.
Okay. All right. Dave, you're going to close Jake with a new nickname tonight before we go.
All right, after this.
Okay. Jake, give us a winner for the Ike Live like and share Facebook contest. Our winner tonight is
Jerry Hodge.
Jerry Hodge.
Is Jerry Hodge American?
He might be. He is.
From the U.S., hopefully.
He lives in the Americas.
Congratulations.
Listen, by the way, I love the Canadians, except for that one guy.
Jerry, if you send your information through, we won't post it. Send your info through, and we will get this Ike Life gift bag to you in the mail. Want to thank all our guests tonight: Bobby Lane. We had Vegas the Hammer. We had Stella. We had Justin Lucas on. We had Jeremy on. Thank you
PBP?
guys. Yes, Powerbait Paul. Thank you guys for coming on the show. Want to thank our in-studio guest, Dave Brodzik, Jake the Snake, Brian the Carpenter. Woo! Thank you guys. It's a great show tonight. Want to thank everybody for watching. All right, before we sign out, new name for Jake tonight, Dave, is?
Rosas Casper? I don't know.
What?
I don't know. I don't know. Casper Jake? I don't know.
What was the first thing you said?
La Rosa.
Chuck Timo.
La Rosas.
La Rosas?
La Rosas Casper? I don't know.
La Rosas Casper.
Jake the Ghost.
Okay,
I don't know, man. You put me on
you
the spot.
Scottish? You got some Scotch.
German.
That was Spanish.
Yeah, you are German.
That was
He's
German.
German.
And Irish.
German.
Is it true?
Yeah, he's definitely German.
Yake?
How's Big Dave?
Yake?
Working.
Not right now.
Fishing, working.
He's sleeping.
What a great way
Nah,
to finish the
he's
show.
working and fishing right now.
He texted me, said, "Yo, it's 8:08." I said, "Yo, it's Brian's fault." I mean, that's what we're doing.
Oh,
That's
blah,
where we're at.
blah, blah. Typical Hosh. You're late. Yeah, what
Hey,
are you
man,
doing? You're sitting on the couch getting ready for your nap.
Fashionably late.
Dave Haas.
Fashionably late. All right. Want to
rather
thank everybody
finish
for
the
watching.
show.
Hope you had a good time tonight. We will see you in the next show. Brian, when is that?
How the hell do I know, dude? That's your decision.
Juneteenth.
Juneteenth. We will see you in Juneteenth.
You tell me, boss.
Okay.
You the boss,
All
boss.
right. I hope you have a good one. Good night, everybody. Bye.
$300,000 fish.
Well, hurry up and get to go sit down, bud. That 2-minute penalty is going to kill him.
That was 2 pounds? They
No
got
way.
2 pounds on the last
wow.
penalty.
Wow.
That's nuts. That wasn't a penalty. They called it a slight touch, not a full touch.
Yeah, if the tail just graces it, they let it go.
A slight touch. I'll let my wife know that.
Not a penalty for a slight touch.
That stop as fast as you can, Mr. Ghost.
Oh my God, that could be a $300,000 fish right there. It has to be, right? Unless Wheeler or DC pulls.
Man, I'm going.
Okay, here's Clausen.
Oh, dude, that's a good one.
Is it a 5-pounder? It needs to be a 4.5. Ooh.
Ooh. Yeah, I was going to say about 3-1.
When you hear the crowd watching it.
This is great. This is great television.
Oh, it didn't 0. 4-2. Well, he takes the lead, doesn't he? No, he doesn't.
Come on.
No.
Now, what's going on? The scale's not. You got to reset the scale.
Come on, Grandpa, get your shit together.
The other thing we don't know is like this could be like 3 minutes in the past, so he may have more time than.
Someone needs to put that freaking scale master in a penalty box.
What
shit! 4-2.
Under 2 minutes left.
That doesn't quite get him there. He's in second now, right?
That's a big payday. I mean, that moves him up thousands of
dollars.
dollars.
Yeah, that's like $50,000. So
this is insane. Now this is drama, man.
What if this is all pre-recorded drama and this is not them